Mr. Judge, what's up? Today gonna be an open panel, so when more people get in, I'm gonna discuss what I mean by the title. KKC, we're gonna do an open panel thing today. Who else is in the chat? Francisco, Shadow. My bad, I'm a little late. I ain't gonna lie, I took another nap. And I jumped right out of my sleep. I was like, oh shit. I gotta go live. I gotta see how big this fucking dog gets. It's ridiculous. We are being attacked on all sides, y'all. We are being attacked on all sides. And yesterday I wasn't supposed to go live. I don't even know why that thing was up or how it got up. I don't know how it got up, but I wasn't supposed to go live yesterday. I had no plans to go live. So when I made this joint, I noticed it. I saw everybody commenting like "Wake Rem up." I'm like, what? I never made this thing. I don't know how the hell that was up. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all come in. Even this credit improvement success. It's been a crazy week, man. The Umar Stalkers are trying to take the sector down. They are definitely trying to take our sector down. They're trying to get us up out of here. They're definitely trying to get us all up out of here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yo, I'm live. My bad, y'all. Kids getting on my wife's nerves. She put them on punishment. They keep coming downstairs. Oh man, crazy week, man. Crazy week. Damn, we had 29 likes already. Um, if you want to call it the male sector, but I'm just saying the just straight up just the Umar sector, the people that's opposed opposed against Umar, if I said that right, the people that don't fuck with Umar, the people that want to take down Umar, or you can call it the male sector because we definitely did kind of start a whole fucking sector for her, but it's in general it's three people that all came in at the same time. So I wouldn't even call it that sector. I would call it our little sector, they these three people came in at the same time, and these three people have done everything that they can to take down certain people in our sector. Um, as you know, we got Marianne Lorianne. First, it was Lene that came in, then Marianne Lorianne, and then it was Black Mold Doogie Juice Man. I'm gonna drop the link in a second, um, Mr. Judge. I'm gonna drop the. I just want to explain to everybody first what's going on, and then I'm gonna have everybody. I'm gonna drop the link and have people come up and give their opinions, and we're gonna have a discussion about it. So back to what I was saying. Um, it was Marianne that was found out first to be what it was, with her fake checks and her bogus ass story. Then on my channel, Lene came over. She was championing for our side. Saying that she was going to drag Marianne if she didn't make things right. Then I don't know what the fuck happened with her. She suddenly just switched up, and then we have Black Mode Doogie Juice Man. Um, when the shit hit the fan with Marianne and Lene, he said he didn't want to be a part of it. He said, this is a big, shit show. He didn't want no parts of it. He just wanted to be left alone. Then next thing you know, um, oh, she did. All right, well, we're gonna play her video tonight and see what she's talking about. I think she's supposed to have another discussion tonight anyway. Um, so first it started off with Black Mo Dookie Juice guy going over to Marianne stuff, and then I got sent cease and desist, two of them, and then I got one of my videos removed. The following week, I get my number doxed by Lynette, and earlier today I get a phone call from KKC, let me know that um the LLC Lady Luck Club got a strike on her channel, a copyright strike from Marianne Lorianne, and then the Jay Wick podcast got a strike from Marianne Lorianne. So it seems like we're being attacked on all sides when it comes to these people. Well, I'm not yielding. I'm not going to allow them to knock me off my square. I'm gonna stand 10 toes. Um, I definitely made the complaint to YouTube about my number being doxxed. I'm waiting to hear back for them, so her channel shouldn't be up much longer. She fucked up big time when she doxed my number, and yeah, they sent me two cease and desist, but they wasn't like professional. They were written by Chat GPT, and he sent it to me. You can tell he got Chat GPT to write that shit. Um, and then he sent it to me. So that's what we got going. It seemed like they're trying to attack us on all sides. So if anybody else got Marianne Lori, I don't think it's going to work out for Marianne Lorianne because, like KKC told me earlier, she's going to have to go through every single person that played that video. And I don't remember playing it. I don't remember getting through. I actually getting through the movie. I think I played like one scene of it, and I couldn't get through the movie. I didn't watch it, like for real, for real. I couldn't really get through it. Yeah, I send all the evidence and everything. So her channel is going to be snatched soon. Um, but it's going to be hard for her to go through every single person that played that video because it's a plethora of people that played that video, and she's going to have to go through every single one of those videos. And I don't think she's going to have the time to do it. So I think the Jay Witt podcast and Lady Luck going to have a reason to fight because that's just retaliation and you're using copyright law. And when you put the video up, you did not um, specify that it was copywritten under anything because you had no problem with anybody playing it in the beginning. And that this has been a year. It's been almost a year. You had no problem with anybody playing that video. I'm about to drop the link so if you guys want to come up and share your opinion on it. You had no issues with anybody playing that video from the very beginning, and they can use her her first video as evidence, and you can try to take it down, but everybody played that first video, and you thanked everybody for playing the video. You thanked everybody for showing love to the video, and then now all of a sudden you're copyright striking people. There you are.
Hey, I wanted to let you know, man. Here's the thing. What Mind Chaos Brew showed us today. I mean, yes, last night actually showed that there is a conspiracy going around of people not only making false claims when it comes to like they tried to Afro Svengali, for example, tried very terribly to convince people of a court case, which got debunked because she didn't even bother to put Times New Roman on all the fonts. Also,
Right.
the thing is, and I commented on my Chaos Brews Live myself, is that she showed that somebody was intentionally Reverend G or something like that sent her email for information, which was very clearly for the intended purpose to, instigate some sort of conflict. And I pointed out that this is actually very sloppy because if you were an expert or smart about it, you would actually send a fake account when sending that information so that even in the event that she says, okay, I don't believe this and exposes it, it wouldn't relate back to you. So the fact that they're not even smart enough to even consider that before sending information shows you that they're not even experts when it comes to espionage.
Right. KKC was telling me something about that earlier. He said y'all they had a panel last night. Like I said last night, like for the last few days I wasn't feeling well. I had some Theraflu yesterday, and I was in a coma. I was knocked out, but this
I'm
is
glad you're feeling better, man.
yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. Like KKC did warn us from the very beginning that it's going to get rough and it's not going to get any better. Um,
And I also want to tell Judge, you're new to this space, man. I had literally dealt with these people for over 6 years. These people tried to get my SSDI benefits shut down. It's deeper than just leaving a comment under somebody and challenging them to try to come at you because these people are not going to stop messing with you when they do. It's for the rest of your life. And I need you to understand that you're a new content creator in a space that wants total control over a narrative. And they will do absolutely anything, no matter how sloppy it is, no matter how crazy it looks, they will do it. These people literally have gotten folks fired from their jobs
right,
as of last year. and they're still doing it now.
That's
So I'm
crazy.
asking you out of respect to stop trying to instigate something that you don't fully understand, all because you truly believe that your identity can't be found by these people, man.
They will.
Respect
They
the
will
Well,
fact that
find.
folks have really gotten attacked and have
Yeah, that is
really been
KKC.
harmed by these people, man. That's all I'm saying.
I I understand, and I completely respect the fact that you're trying to warn me, and I'm not in any case trying to make you feel as if I'm disregarding your warning or not believing you in anything that you're saying. I'm just merely a person, not claiming that I'm invulnerable or I can't be attacked, whatever. I'm fully aware of this. The only thing is, I don't believe that intimidation tactics should be met with anything other than complete indifference. Want to dox me? Dox me. Want to reveal who I am? Reveal who I am. Want to try and get me fired? Try and get me fired. At the end of the day, I won't care because the moment I make it clear that your actions are affecting me in any type of way, succeed or not, that's just going to embolden you to do it more.
Right.
And that's
I
why I'm acting that
understand
way.
that. I'm asking you to
Yeah.
tone down the instigation because you understand what I'm saying. You don't
Hmm.
have to go and directly confront anti-Afro Singali when you don't even know her. You can have the stance that you just made publicly in front of everybody. That's cool. Keep that
Hmm.
stance, but stop instigating. Stop.
It could affect other
Okay.
people, is what he's trying. I think
That's
he's
all I'm
trying to say,
getting at,
because
man.
she won't just
Stop.
go after
Okay.
you, Mister John. She'll go after the people that you're around, like me,
People in your
KKC,
chat, like they're
people in the
an
chat.
extension
May I
of
ask
you.
you? Okay. May I ask you though? What do you define as instigating? Because the only thing I've done so far is, other than explain what I've said live on public, which they may or may not have seen, is responding to Bengali saying, "Oh, why don't you strike all these people?" To just simply say it's fair use on YouTube, and that Lene probably already tried to flag us and it didn't work. So what's going
Coming
to
to
happen
these
now?
people and letting them know that they are cowards
Yeah,
and that they are not really going to do anything and that they can't do anything is
Yeah.
challenging these people, and that's instigation. And by all means, you're a grown man, you can do what you want to do. All I'm saying is consider the fact that, one, there's people that are
Hmm.
telling you that they are still dealing with ramifications from these people in real life. That's all I'm
Hmm.
saying. And
Hmm.
confronting them and calling them cowards and saying that they are not going to do anything when there's somebody
it's,
telling you that yes they will,
it's
bro.
provoking. It's basically
They,
provoking them to go back at and finish what they start. Try to finish what they started, or they can go after the people in your chat.
and check this
Just
out.
Hmm.
don't provoke
Look,
them directly.
if you listen to what they are saying, they are directing all of their frustrations towards myself and towards Mind Chaos Brew. And I'm telling you that they see me on these panels and that
Hmm.
every time that you get chesty with these people, they feel like I'm sending you. Tone it down is
Hmm.
what I'm saying.
I see. And when I tone it down, as you say, what exactly does that do necessarily? I'm just trying to fully understand what you want me to do.
What I
Just
want you to
don't
do is
provoke them
stop
directly.
directly confronting them, Judge. I'm speaking directly,
Hmm.
perfectly common sense. If you, all right, it's like the judge stands
Hmm.
on his own. If he decides to go over there and say anything to you anti-Svengali, understand it ain't got nothing to do with me. I am gonna
Sure.
put out my story to let everybody know what you have done and what you continue to do to me. But it's
Hmm.
not you not gonna keep on pressing buttons towards me all because you see what these content creators are doing. I'm not sending them your way. All right, Judge, you do your
And
thing.
all
You
right,
do
and
your
then
thing. There you go.
I'll also add this to add even further protection. Whatever I do, I'm an individualist. I'm cool with Rim, KKC, and everybody else. I actually consider them good people, but ultimately my actions are my own. I'm a hyper individualist. So even though I'm happy to come and hang out with you guys, talk to you guys, give my opinion and whatever, Whatever I say and do falls onto me, and therefore I don't represent anybody else when I'm talking about my opinions of other people or anything like that. Just because I'm in the quote unquote, I guess you'd say,
Yeah.
space or sphere, it has nothing to do with anybody else. My actions and words are directed from me, by me, and reflect only me.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
good. And yes, I am new to these people. I've heard the name thrown around a lot. When I first came into this sector, I watched KKC a lot. That's how I knew who he was. I knew him before I knew who Lennon was. And I've seen the issues that he had to go through, and I heard that name being thrown around a lot, and he had to go through a whole lot of chaos. And I watched it from the beginning, and I would sit back and like, damn, I'd be like, damn, man, like it's really like this over here. Around that time, I wanted to do stuff on Umar, but Trips pointed me to KKC and was like, look what he's going through. I don't think you want to go over there and deal with that. So
I'm passionate about this because again, I put trust in folks during the time that the case that I was involved in was still open. And so anti-Afro Singali had me to believe that the people in the Umar Johnson sector were true criminals and a part of open investigations during the time that my case was still active, and made me believe that any interactions with these people could get me caught up in like some crazy stuff. And so for a minute, I really believe like these folks are crazy. And on top of the fact that Flacco made an attempt or threatened to make an attempt to get in contact with the guy that shot me just to, push a narrative. So a whole lot of that stuff was going on. And once me and Svengali fell out, and she started making her attacks, contacting SSDI, getting in contact with the courts, trying to see if I'm paying my child support, like the crazy stuff, man. I
wow.
I was dealing with that all the while. Lennon Honor and all them, they knew, but they wouldn't say nothing. No warnings, no, if you are a new content creator, you coming out, be careful of these people. None of that. And so I'm still dealing with this. So excuse me for being, like I'm being aggressive. I don't mean to be rude or come
Hmm.
off disrespectful. These people get on my everlasting nerve, and
Hmm.
they need to be off of YouTube because
Hmm.
again, we're dealing with a marriage counselor who literally took a lady and a man here on YouTube that's married, introduced the husband to a promiscuous woman, and introduced tried to introduce infidelity into these people marriage.
They went
She
that far?
Man, it's so much
Hey,
stuff that
Chastity.
you guys don't know that anti Afro Svengali has done a lot on YouTube.
And,
That's
and KKC, just
diabolical.
on And KKC, just understand this, man. I don't have any issue if you feel, hey, I need to talk to Mr. Judge about something. Hey, I want you to explain this to me. Talk to me. Even if we
Gotcha.
disagree. So what?
Uh, you
I'm
right.
not going to become aggressive or angry or whatever. I just wish for as long as respect is maintained, I don't have an issue.
You right.
Yeah, I
And
think he was just trying to give you a heads up, Mr. Judge.
Absolutely.
'Cause these
Absolutely. And I
people
appreciate that.
are oh my God, from what I've been hearing, these people are demons.
it's a heads
Hmm.
up, and it's the fact that anybody that come after them, if they see me in the mix, they automatically believe I have put a battery in y'all back. Just like Svengali, she pays people to do the foolishness that they do. You
Hmm.
heard it last night, Judge, that the guy got $820 from anti. She pay people.
Wait,
Hmm.
Go
She
ahead.
paid people.
Yeah,
That's
she pay
ridiculous.
people.
What's up, my
hey,
chaos?
they
Hey, what's up,
crashed
bro?
out today. They fought today.
Oh man, I heard that. I heard, yeah.
I sent
What
y'all the
happened
he
today?
meme. I sent
They
I
said
heard.
y'all
Thank
a
you,
video file.
thank you for
she got
sending. I
struck
heard
twice.
that.
She got struck twice. They said, Lady Luck, I'm reading the email now. I just woke up. I just now seen it. She got it twice.
Wait a minute.
That's
I thought she said she got two videos with one strike. You
yeah.
said she got two.
Two videos. Yeah, meaning she struck her twice. She got her struck twice. That's crazy. Hey, Cassidy.
And she also the Jay Witt podcast, and he was on her side.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
I talked to him
But
today.
she's not gonna have time to go through every single video. The person that played that video, the whole sector played the video. It's hundreds of people, maybe hundreds of people that played that video.
Well, that's just a
It's gonna take her
select
a
few
while.
that she's aiming, at. She's not trying to go at everybody.
Right. But
Yes, and
what did Jay
AAS.
Wick do? She didn't even. I don't even think he
Jay Witt.
reported the fake check or anything. I don't think he got into
Nope.
that.
But just because they hate black people, and he's done content with KKC and I'm sure.
Everything
Yeah,
always
that's
gonna stem
crazy.
back to me and especially Raw, because she came into the original sector or the original Umar Johnson sector, however you want to spin it. Um, and she can't have it. Singali feels like she's the one that built this entire space. She was the one that started talking about Umar Johnson, her and Rev G and others, according to her. And so she wants to lead the narrative and the charge of talking about Umar Johnson and bringing him down.
Yeah, that's cool, but you can't
The
take.
star,
It's a lot
it's
of people that want to that want to see Umar get taken down. Now it's not just that little sector. It's a plethora of people, including bigger channels,
exactly. And here is the
including
thing.
bigger channels. So
Right. Here is the thing. And for this is for all content creators. If somebody wants to take your content down, then make them go to copyright infringement court. Now, I have sent a couple people a template that actually works for a counter notification. Your video will be down for 7 days, but if they don't produce documentation to take you to a court of law, your video will be put back up and any strike that they try to claim will be removed. See, we're not playing
That's
this game.
that's
They
good stuff.
hold on, KKC.
and like I said, the first video that she made, she thanked everybody for supporting the video and playing it and getting it out there. So that's proof right down that that's a retaliation because your first time coming out of YouTube, you were thanking everybody. And she could take the video down all she want, but other people played that video as well. And I got that video too. So that's proof that you wanted people to play your video.
That's true. And
Exactly. You wanted that raggedy ass piece of trash awake to get the views. The funny thing is, it's not really growing, which means it's not a good product.
she's weaponizing the
Right.
copyright
And
tool, and she can lose her channel behind this.
She
right.
can, in fact,
Well,
yes.
That's what
y'all,
I'm saying. They're not very smart. They're not very good at this. Her and Lady are not very good at this.
they not. But let them keep on talking and let them keep on, doing what it is that they do. Like it's some dumbass shit. Like you're a dumbass bitch. Now you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to take people to court.
Right. And
It's that part.
I should have fought that. Matter of fact, I still can fight that issue with Black Mold Dookie Juice guy because, like I said, you volunteered to come on my channel. You can't just volunteer to do something and then try to revoke it because out of retaliation. Because that's exactly what you did.
Exactly. Do you have the template that I sent you?
Uh-huh.
Use that and
Yeah,
file a counter.
yeah.
Fuck that shit. If they want this type of situation to go down, then you use every legal remedy under the law and you fight like fucking hell. They want this shit, make them fucking earn it and make them fucking deserve it.
Right.
And see, that's the
These
thing.
people
Like, I guess
is
I'm
crazy.
still burnt out from when all this happened. I'm glad that there's people that's willing to fight back, but it's it's history repeating itself, man.
You better go read Ephesians
It
Yes,
and
ma'am.
get your stuff
Yes,
together
ma'am.
Why?
and put on the full armor of
Thank you.
God. This is a spiritual
Thank you.
war. This is, and that's why I tagged y'all in the post that I put on my community tab. This is a spiritual war. This is a war of angels and demons. And these people are demons. They're demonic.
Right.
Everything they've come up here and told, none of the stories that they've told have ever been true. And you guys saw just a brief snippet of it last night. Tomorrow night, I'm going to show you who the freak Rev G
Oh man, I
actually
can't
is
wait for
as
you to show
well.
that because I know that video. That's gonna be crazy. That's
And
gonna be
yes,
crazy.
this is the response I'm talking about. When people try to do intimidation tactics, blackmail, whatever the case may be, the response is to not negotiate. It's not to fall back. The response has to be in complete either one of two ways: complete and utter indifference, or apathetic and strategic strikes. The
I
moment
agree.
you give up at emotion, you'll lose. Emotions are the enemy.
And I thank you, Raw, because I didn't know this was gonna be the thing. I still have the live streams and everything from how everything went down with anti Afro Svengali years ago. Somebody asked question does she still have a wrench on Lennon's channel? No, she does not. Tomorrow I set up or tonight I set up a live stream for tomorrow, going over the live that I have when I fired her and what happened from that point. So I'll start telling the story about that lady. Um, it's just again, it's aggravating, man. Because I knew this was gonna be a thing, but I was hoping that folks would see the videos that you're covering, Raw, because they're out there.
Mhm.
And there's so many others just because she went at Michi X, she went at Boyce Watkins. So there's those videos from people in other sectors that covered her years ago when
That's where I heard her name,
dude, she
Michi.
said she lost the channel. She said she never her channel was never deleted. She migrated to the channel that she has right now. She created another anti-Afro Svengali channel, re-uploaded the videos before they deleted the her original channel. So she's crafty, but I'll start I'll join in the side. How many surviving anti-Afro Svengali series that has there been now? I mean, good lord.
It's been a lot, and this is the thing. Like, I am willing to sacrifice the rest of my content right
Oh
now
my.
to bring awareness to these liars in these spaces because they just like Umar. They are Umar personified, the energy off of them. And they try to play in the sector spaces and they try to play off of people that actually care about the community. And they try to get you emotionally caught up in some bullshit. I'm going to tell you what, I'm not a perfect person by nobody's stretching, nobody's imagination, but I'm not going to come out here and lie to you. Anything I got going on, I'm going to tell you, yep, that's true. It is what it is, kid. Now, what else is going on? I don't got to make up narratives. I don't got to create documents. I don't got to sit there and lie on people. I don't got to be looking at little kids on TikTok and shit, jerking off with a pair of clippers outside of school and shit like that. I don't got to do none of that shit. This is the type of things they do. So the purpose of my channel right now is to bring awareness to protect the community and let you know the psychological traumas that you are underneath.
Yikes. Judge, you're gonna
Right.
learn about Rev G tomorrow. I highly recommend that you tune in to Raw's channel and everybody
Oh, I
because
will.
she's breaking it down. These folks were originally going after Umar Johnson and Umar called them out. And they are stuck in that time period. They can't move past Umar calling them out originally, so they believe that they have the right to bring down Umar Johnson and nobody else.
Right. And it's also LLC's birthday. Rem, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be team takeover for one moment.
Hey,
Y'all put some
Nah, go ahead,
birthday
go ahead. I
cakes.
remember her birthday.
Yes, y'all put some birthday cakes in the chat. Say happy birthday to LLC. Get the likes up, and then let me sing her little song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
hey,
Gonna kick some ass. Happy birthday to you. Hey, hey. Fuck you mean.
I love the hype.
Lady
I
Luck,
just,
let me know when you're ready to come up.
hey, peace, everybody. KKC, what's up?
Oh, that's
Can you hear
Jaded.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Or
I
oh,
think KKC dropped down.
okay. Well, what's up in the chat? Peace, everybody. I just want to say one thing, right? Um, they've been at this for the better part of a decade, right? Might be over a decade. They've been trying to take Umar down, and they've been widely unsuccessful. So my question is, from an organization standpoint, why would anybody follow the leadership of someone who's that unsuccessful? They've broken down relationships every time they've galvanized a bunch of people to go after Umar. The relationships break down, just like it has recently. This is an ongoing cycle with this individual, and people talk about some. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear you.
yeah, and people talk about Lennon Honor's obsession, right? But this is the person who's really obsessed with Umar Johnson. That's all I had to say.
That's
Well,
what it seems
to be
like.
on,
If you're willing to go that far,
so to be honest with you, I have a different theory entirely. I don't claim to know their entire history, so I can't exclude that maybe. And I want to say this is a very big maybe. Maybe originally they had that intent of actually going after him. I think, though, in large part, even if we give them that tiny bit of sand, the reality is they're not really interested in taking him down. That's not really the goal. Just like, honestly, Lennon Honor at this point's not
Yeah.
entirely committed on taking him down. What it is that he's someone that you can both like and hate depending on where you fall on the position. So as a result, whenever you make either a series where you support him or condemn him, you get people following you because they either hate him or they like him, and as a result they're willing to follow you. Hence they do the lives, hence they do, oh, we have all this information, we have all this stuff to
Mm.
tell you guys, hit the super chats, what have you. It becomes a business model rather than a genuine effort of, as long as he's around, they can profit off of him. And whether it's to condemn him or to like him. And that's what they're doing mostly.
yeah, I think this whole thing is
I could
ridiculous
agree, I
because
could
the
agree with
goal
I
is to
could agree
take
with that in
Umar
part.
down.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not taking Umar down is definitely not the focus, but there's not a lot of things at this point. There were people that over the years who have had grievances that could have gotten Umar, wrapped up with the police at different points in time. Um, but Umar has sidestepped child support. He's been collecting these donations. There's been mail fraud for the better part of 2 decades. So calling the police, calling the IRS, none of that is going to take him down. So I mean, you know, I think if people have figured that out, then they're just along for the ride. Now there are
Yeah.
I believe a lot of
Yeah, like I
people are
said, it's a
misconstrued.
business model.
It's more about bringing awareness. If you pay attention to the people that have been brought down within the conscious community, such as Brother Polite and Young Pharaoh, and others, Nature Boy, it wasn't their scamming that got them caught up. It was their appetites for sexual behaviors that got them caught up. So it's not about making content so we can bring down Umar Johnson. That's what has us in this predicament right now. It's about bringing awareness so people can stop donating to Umar Johnson because he's scamming. We cannot bring Umar Johnson down. That's not how any of this works. And Umar, Lennon Honor is not. He's not
Agreed.
obsessed. He talks about Umar Johnson because he has an audience that likes the content, and he caters to that. It's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
again, with
Well, I'm not
doing the
saying he's
content,
obsessed. I'm saying that's what people are saying, but anti-Afro Bengali is obsessed with
now
Umar.
that's an obsession.
That's an obsession. You can hear
Yeah,
it
if
in
you
her
willing
voice, the
to,
way she puts the content together. That's an obsession. You know what I mean?
so let
Like
me
Right.
her
let me get
her
this straight.
content has like it's been almost 20 years that she's been doing this stuff, and her content is exactly the same.
But let me get this
Like
straight. So she has mm, got people fired, uh, stalked people, uh, tried to mess up people's marriages, all just off just the fact that she want to be the only one to take Umar down. I'm trying to understand the
all in the name
mindset of
of
this
taking
issue.
Umar down.
Yep,
All in the name of taking Umar down.
Oh,
that's
well,
it.
it
That's
sounds
all,
like she's
man.
a double agent.
I mean,
Sounds like she really don't want to
if
take him down. She just
if I'm
acting like she do.
if I think back, right, there's been several people like her that have come through the conscious community and gotten entangled with one of the talking heads in the conscious community. But she's been very consistent. But Umar's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? The people who are donating to Umar are part of his cult. They running behind Umar. So I mean,
Right,
it's not even like I don't even think he gets much donations from people who don't know, unless they're just donating like because if I hear donate a bunch of times, then 90% of people are just gonna donate because they heard donate.
right.
Right.
There's gonna be a degree of people
And
who are gonna donate because they said donate. Maybe not all.
right. Right. And that
There's gonna
feeds
be certain people.
into right. And that feeds into what both me and KKC are saying, which is that, KKC is pointing out that they they're oh, hold on one second. I gotta get new headset in. One second.
Hi, everybody.
Happy birthday!
Thank
Happy
you. I was
birthday.
kind of waiting and pausing because I didn't want to interrupt or anything. But how are you all doing?
How you doing?
Doing
It's
good.
your birthday.
Oh, honey, I had a day today. I got a very touching happy birthday video from Kogo and Miss
Okay, that's
Coco.
right.
It was absolutely beautiful. If they're listening, thank you so much. I needed that. And here's the thing that, this morning I woke up to one copyright strike on two videos from Maul, and knowing she's not that tech savvy, it's nothing that she did on her own accord. So obviously she's listening to people, but the issue is that I hear the weariness in your voice, KKC. I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated, and this can be very frustrating. But at this point, what this person is doing and encouraging is cyber harassment.
Yeah.
It's a cyber crime. And with the evidence that you have, at some point we have to just say, okay, we cannot allow this to go on because there are people that come behind us, like you said, that may not know, and then they may not know how to fight back. And why should this
Yeah.
person continue to triumph and to continue to do this? And she's going from content creator to content creator, just on and on and on. I mean, look how long she's been at this with you, and it has to end. It has to end. You know.
Yeah, now you
So
got people backing you, way more people backing you. Not
so
like
many
last
people
time where you
supporting you.
said everybody just sat around. I remember you just saying
Yeah.
this a few minutes ago. Everybody just sat back quiet. That ain't happening this time.
Yeah. Now you have a support system and you have people that understand, what you're feeling and what you're going through. I've never, thankfully to God, been anything through anything what you sound like you've been through, but you know, for her to continue on and just continue to do this from person to person to person, at some point, that generational curse has to be broken because no one deserves to have to do this. That you work too hard, you have great content, and
Powerful,
you should not
powerful.
be at that threat of, oh, if I put this video up, if I say this, if I say that, then this person is going to go after me, with frivolous litigation. No, It's time for that to come to an end, and way too many people are prepared to fight back and strip the power away from this individual, and then she's weaponizing other people to do this, and they have no idea what they're getting into. Marianne could, she could just retract it, and I wouldn't even say a word if she wanted to just retract it. I wouldn't say a word, Marianne. I would just let you think that you got that strike on me, but you're allowing someone to pull you into a rabbit hole that you're not prepared to enter. Not with me.
Right.
You're
And you
not
think
ready
that
for that.
that stuff with Umar, yeah, watch how fast she turned from what I'm listening to. Once AAS is done with Marianne or Lene, watch what she does do to him. They're gonna be in the same predicament.
She's going to be done with them because they're not going to continue to do her dirty work for her. And
Right.
all the while, somehow she's got to manage to stay, incognito and stay hidden. And at some point, she's going to have to be brought to the forefront because right now, Marianne is the one that filed the strike. But guess what? My counter is going to be against Marianne. Does she really want to sit here and fight this battle on behalf of someone else that's allowing her to use her for, vindication and vengeance, especially when you're abusing federal laws? She's
Right.
Marianne, you're not prepared for that. And you're not going to want to fight this battle that this other person seems like they want to fight. And it's more of them, trying to clap back at people because she doesn't like something. She doesn't control the internet. She doesn't control YouTube. And she has no power on my platform. Her and the devil are a liar. She has no power on
Right.
my platform and no one else's. And no one should give her that power either.
It don't
I
seem like she would have the mental fortitude to go through with it and deal with AAS.
Yeah.
I-
From what I'm hearing, this lady's a nightmare.
Yeah.
she's going to turn on them. That's the thing. All roads lead to Svengali gets what she wants out of them, and then she turns on them. And whatever she gathered from them, whatever Mary Ann hasn't paid or owes, and she knows that Mary Ann has some type of income, she gonna report her.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
did
thing
it?
never it never stops. So Mary Ann can laugh and take pictures with the member and all that all day, but it's gonna come a day where you gonna wish that you would have left anti-Afro Svengali and all them alone.
Yeah.
So that's
And
the
I
channel
mean,
Hold
member
up,
then.
the whole band.
hold up. Wait. I think I remember this lady. Is that the lady that came over here and Trip C shoot her out the chat?
Yeah, she got the
Yeah,
handcuffs
yeah,
as the
Now
her
I remember
avatar.
her. Trip C told her,
yeah,
"Don't bring her ass over here." She disappeared. I think she
yeah,
blocked her too.
yeah, yeah.
Now I
As soon
remember
as you
this
start
lady.
talking about Umar, that's the first person that's gonna come
She
to you.
popped up, yeah. She
That's
and
the
Trip
first
C's
person that's
went the
gonna
hell
come
off.
visit.
Right. And I couldn't understand why she was going off on this lady so hard. I'm like, who the hell is this lady? And she shoot her out the chat. She was like, don't bring that shit over here. She
I
flipped.
know that's right,
From
child.
what
All
little
that
I've seen, she's
nonsense.
been pulling the strings.
And I
Now I
honestly, like
remember
I
her.
said, I've never said that woman's name, and I have no intentions on doing that because I feel like it kind of, emboldens that person. That's why I stopped saying the other's name. We're not here for that. I mean, I personally, I've worked very hard to get, and been very blessed to get the platform to where it is. And I have two channels. So the last thing I need is, after all the work and hard work and research and content that I've done between working a regular job, two kids, and having a balanced life, you know, I'm not going to get to this point where somebody out of nowhere I never know, never need to meet, will never need to know, who's not important in my life, is trying to attack my channel, and all the hard work and time and effort I put into it because they don't like what I'm saying. That goes against the very foundation of our constitutional rights and why we do this in the first place.
I'm glad you said that, Lady Luck, because you understand my passion, you understand my
Yeah.
frustration, and this is why me and BA I took her mod stick away from my channel
Mm-hmm.
because I sent BA a email telling her my issue, and Rev G said something on his community wall about me and BA's email interaction. And the only way that could have happened if she told him. That
Mm,
lets me know
Mm.
you're in communication with them. And that BA has been here since the beginning. So
mm.
I bring it up to tell you, please be careful with those that are around you, because there's folks that will overly explain why they are doing certain things to try to justify they are doing bullshit.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just want to drop that to you.
Oh yeah, I know. Because I said in my live earlier today, and I'm only gonna give one warning. My mods know I don't play that shit. So I don't have no problem cutting off a wrench because it's not a mandate or a requirement for you to be a mod on my platform. And in order for people to take your platform and take your content and the integrity you have seriously, you have to take it seriously. And I do take it
Exact.
seriously.
Hey man.
I take it seriously. That's why I didn't appreciate Marianne Lorient lying. And then we're sitting here reporting on this stuff. And, I had to apologize for not doing my due diligence and getting court documents when she said there was a lawsuit or a class action, or anything going on in the court of law, because that's what I always do. So a lot of us let down our guard, but
Mhm.
she failed to remember that we operate on that level of integrity, and people believe the information that we put out, the research that we put behind it, because we have that level of integrity. I'm
Right.
not here to lie to people. They can be lied to by anyone else. I'm not here to do that.
Right.
And to be so easily bamboozled and weaponized by somebody I care less is walking this earth, to have you go out and strike people's channels, knowing that it could lead to their channels being taken down, and then you weaponize federal laws, and you have no idea what you're doing. You don't have this so-called attorney or retainer, advising you, when they should be right now saying, hey, you might not want to do that unless you have sufficient evidence, because you're going to come across someone that actually understands the law and how it should be interpreted, and you're going to meet your match and they're going to beat you. And then what? And all of this, and for what? When, if the goal is we need to take Umar down, we do it right. I don't want him to have to get back up. But if you've got this person out here that's been so-called trying to take down Umar for years, for thousands of years, and he's still not taken down, then what does that say about that person's level of effectiveness?
So
Right.
what y'all saying is I can go live and tell y'all the history of what really happened with anti-Afro Svengali in the Umar
I've
Johnson
been waiting
space.
for it. I've been waiting
Um,
for it.
If we
the
will
fact
watch,
you
I will
know they
comment
don't.
and support it. We will, because people, this is the thing. If I would have known, I would have already steered clear. That's the thing. I didn't know when I first started talking about Umar last year when I started reporting on him. But had I known that, I would have, a lot of people I would have steered clear from. But this is
Mhm.
when I stand up to this type of bullying and harassment, campaign like this with doxing, all these things that are cyber crimes. I'm not just doing it for myself. It hopefully it would help curb that and keep other people coming behind me in the clear, so that this person doesn't feel empowered and emboldened to do it to someone else. Because her breaking the law is what she chooses to do, but there are consequences for that. There's a consequence for doxing people. There's a consequence for harassment and targeting and retaliating and abusing federal laws. There's a consequence for that.
Right.
Sometimes it's just knowing the right people and having the right circumstance come about, and knowing the law in order to clap back in a way to where if we're taking you down, we're taking you down, and you're not getting back up.
So
My
many
friend,
people said, "Go ahead, Judge." My bad. So many people said this, and I'm just, I'm rooting for y'all though.
so my friends, I believe would you say it's accurate that we all believe in the constitutional right of freedom of speech?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So then, my friends, the first and fundamental thing you must do to protect and defend it is when you encounter people like this who try to tell you there are spaces, or we will do this to you, or we will do that to you, or even if you witness them follow out their threats, the number one thing you must do is resist. They say they have spaces, comment in their spaces. They say, oh, we'll dox you. Just don't click on their links. They say, oh, we will do this. We will strike your channel if you post this. Post it anyway. Because the moment you start to say, nope, let's not do this because they'll do this or they'll do that, that's when freedom of speech is ended. That is when the resistance to keep your freedom of speech is ended, the enemy has won. So under no circumstances surrender an inch of your freedom of speech if you want to keep your freedom of speech.
And the law is on our side as members of the press, because even for the or the claim of defamation to fly in court, there's another predicate you have to meet, and that is malice intent. You have to prove malice intent when you're talking about a member of the press, independent journalists, content creators on a social media public platform, when you're claiming that they're defaming you. And that's something that oftentimes causes lawsuits to be dismissed, because that particular requisite is not met and there's a failure to state a claim. So here's, and this is also just wisdom. You can continue on and live life, and don't let these people think they have power. You don't have to play your hand either. Sometimes it's okay if the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. So we don't have to get up
exactly.
and just spill out all the details of what we're doing and what we're going to do. Make people earn that. If they want to snoop around, make them earn it. But we already know now to be vigilant, to be cautious. I really only get, certain emails from just the standard, my mods, people that I know, um, I can trust. And I say that very carefully. Um, and those are the ones that can send me information. Most times supporters go through my mods and then my mods come to me. So narrow down,
Right,
the communication, and be cautious in what you release as far as what you're doing. But you can still continue on with your content, continue on as long as you're doing the right thing. Don't give someone an opportunity to have a defense. That's why I hate the fact that Marianne lied. You're giving Umar a
right,
defense. You're
right,
giving him leverage to say, look at all these people lying and all these people reporting this lie. Your Honor, if he was standing in front of a judge in a court of law, he would have some level of defense to say, well, let's attack the credibility of all of this.
Mhm.
And that's
right.
not
That's
something he
exactly
should
what I
be given
said.
the opportunity to do. He said he'll be able to attack our credibility with one hand behind our back if we were to continue on to let Marianne Lorient lie, and then we repeat her
Hmm.
lies and her talking points. He would be able to hit us with credibility. Why?
Right,
So,
right. I said that
we,
in the beginning too. I'm like, you just set us back 10 steps because now you
yep,
just gave Umar a reason to say, oh well, if these two are lying, all these people are crazy. All these
yep,
people are liars. And imagine somebody new coming into the sector, and Marianne is being held to the forefront,
hmm,
and then they find out she's a liar. They're going to
yep,
think we're all like that.
yep,
Well, I feel that a lot of the problem from my view comes from the giving of grace, the assumption that it's true before we verify. And that's why I think this goes along with integrity.
hmm,
Integrity should always be vetted by the fact that if somebody is integrity, they will have no issue with audience, with anybody in the public who's heard the story that they've
hmm,
publicly given, to verify the information with their own research and to always encourage research. Don't believe the moment you hear it. Believe when the evidence comes to demonstrate it's true. If it doesn't have evidence, don't believe.
right,
That's my
absolutely,
attitude.
Right.
yep.
Lady Luck, Trey said correction. You have two channel, not two channel, two channel.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's the letter S, man. Y'all see my emoji right here. Peak Big Bird, boy. She took a lot of hits cashing that damn legacy home buyer's check. Poor
Dude,
Peak Big Bird.
the
Shout out
second
to
the
you, Money
second
Boy.
fake
Thank you so much, you guys, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Thank you all so much.
The second fake check killed me. Really, it did. The first one, was bad, and you taped it all up. But the second one was just so much pathetically worse. Whether you understand how
Uh,
checks work or not, just one glance to that paper check, and you were like, "That's not a real check." And you're showing it in a very video where you're trying to say, "I apologize about it."
But you
She
would have thought she
Apologize is
learned
apologized
her
for the
is
lesson
to
bad
a,
though.
fake
a
check
cop.
and then introduced the new fake check.
No, but you would have thought she
That
learned her
was the
lesson.
apology gift.
She tried to have Lennon wave it up on the screen. They paused it. And then she tried to do it with the second check. You would have thought she learned from the first time trying to wave it in front of the screen. It's still on film. You do know film can be paused. As a filmmaker, she should know that.
Yeah, you would think
Yeah,
so.
but she also said as a filmmaker that she doesn't want to bother with editing. So that's when
I, yeah,
and
she
when
Then
you
you're
definitely
not
watch
a
the
think she
movie,
think
you
filmmaker.
could
Oh, you
tell
can
she
make me
don't really edit a lot.
That's why
It
we got the
definitely think
type
that
of
too.
film Awaken is today. Cause she
was
didn't
no
Right.
want
editing.
to she didn't want to do the
She
editing.
just tossed it off to somebody else.
It was no
Did you
editing.
even
She just
review the
ran a
movie?
bunch of
Oh man.
videos together.
Right.
No
Don't
wonder
forget
It
they
about
didn't
wouldn't
the
look like
start.
don't forget about the new film that's gonna come out soon. Content
Yeah,
creators coming
yeah,
to a
Oh
we
no
all
my
gonna
theater
be
near
god.
you.
everybody gonna be in it.
Um,
oh my God. If she
Boy,
put
she
us
gonna
in
go
it,
in on
I'm
that.
suing. If
Don't
she
nah,
put
Yeah,
don't
me in
sue
it,
us,
she
son.
I need a check or we going to court. She better not
Don't,
put my likeness, nothing.
nah, son,
I
don't
see
sue her.
anybody with dreadlocks and a beard in that motherfucker. I'm
Don't
telling
sue
you,
her.
I need my
Marianne, I
10%.
promise you, I will copyright that entire script from your ass, girl. Do you hear me?
oh my
She
gosh.
could have just stayed funny and just let that be it. But no, child boo. She want to sit here and go on this nonsense. Oh, okay.
movies have no plot if you haven't noticed. If you haven't noticed through all her movies, they have zero plot whatsoever. They move to different segments that have no connection to the
Yeah,
other.
I couldn't understand where I couldn't follow the movie at all. But look, she can use. Look, man, you put me in as long as I get cut that check. You can betray me all you want. Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. Just cut the check.
Child.
Ain't nobody
Well,
gonna watch
boy.
that shit. I ain't too worried now. If she was somebody that was a great movie producer and I knew a lot of people was gonna watch it, that's a different story. But I know ain't nobody gonna watch it. So
You're
yeah,
gonna
just cut
cut.
that
She's
check.
gonna cut you a check. You're
Well,
gonna
I
go to
took
that bank, and they're gonna be like, "Sir, you know this says no legal tender, right?"
What'd you
Go
say?
to the bank.
What you say?
Said
I
go
said
cut.
he's.
She gonna
I
cut
said
me a
they're
fake
gonna
check.
cut.
Oh.
I said she's gonna copy it, write him a check. He's gonna go to the bank, and they're gonna say, "Sir, you know this says no legal tender, right?"
Right.
You're gonna
Yeah.
slide you an
Sorry,
envelope
this
full of
check is not
Monopoly
a
money.
real thing.
Yeah, she
You
gonna
get an
send you a
envelope full of
legacy
Monopoly
home
money.
buyer's check.
YouTube
You know what
dollars.
happened.
Oh my
Sure,
goodness.
envelope full of Monopoly money. Jaded, you crazy.
Shout out to you guys. I is someone new? Who's new up here? I
Oh
know it's the
wait,
judge.
we forgot cooking with Frank. We should have
What?
known then.
Yeah.
It's believed that she's the reason why Cooking with Frank lost his channel because Carissa didn't know who Cooking with Frank was until Marianne got
Oh
into the chat.
Yeah.
wow.
And
That
that's
means he
when,
got hit with 3 strikes back to back to back. Like for
Yeah.
him to lose his channel like that.
with that allegedly. Well, all we
Oh
know
my
is
god.
Carissa didn't know who Cooking with Frank was. I mean, his channel's not that big. He
Right.
was like 30K. 30K. I mean, it's pretty nice size, but it wasn't like big enough to be on her radar.
Right.
And then
How would she know about him? Like he's
Marianne
a
jumped in the
boxer, right?
chat. Yeah, she did a video talking about it, but it makes
I
sense.
think they're
She
all
jumped
from
in
the
this
same
chat
place.
and she was, I guess Carissa was like, you rolling with the bull that be making videos about me.
Oh
And
wow.
she was like, oh, Cooking with Frank? Oh, I love Cooking with Frank and blah blah blah. So she gave the name. She gave the name, and that's when
Wow.
Carissa found him and hit him.
Wow. That's crazy. And he has not created a new channel since.
Oh, I think he just was like, fuck it, man. I ain't
And
even
that's and the
dealing
sad
with
part
this
is
shit no
that's
more.
kind of like the goal is like to get people, you know, hit people to the point where they are tired and they just want to give up. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I was listening in the background, and I was like, oh man, KKC, I hate that this has happened to you. I hate that all of this
Yeah.
has gone down to where it has severely impacted your personal life, because YouTube is one thing, but my personal life, you mess with my children, you're trying to mess with my livelihood. No,
Oh man, they
absolutely not. And that person should be held liable,
Right.
for legally
And you know
liable
what?
for the
You know
damages
what's
they're
crazy?
incurring.
You know what was strange about today? Right before KKC hit me, my father
Mhm,
called me out the blue and was like,
mhm.
"Hey man, I just seen your podcast. I didn't even know he knew I had a channel." And he was like, "Man, you gotta watch what you're saying on there, and you don't make me have none of my army buddies come, have to do something to somebody." And then right after I hung up with him, KKC texted me saying, "I got a call from KKC and I missed it." And then I got a text right after saying you got struck, and I'm like, "What the fuck is
Oh
going
yeah,
on today?"
Mm.
yeah. And I didn't know Jay Wick got hit with a copyright strike,
yeah.
and
Yeah, he didn't even do
he
nothing to
barely
her.
talks about Umar. He
Yeah.
certainly has not said anything about Mal. We've been helping her keep views and keep her name in this pattern, right? Because at the very least, I try my best to just find the comedy in all of this because of the fact that she
Right.
lied so bad. And it was just like, girl, you have no idea how embarrassing that is for you to come out and lie about a lawsuit and not one
Yeah,
filing in a court of law anywhere.
Well,
Like
that's the
that
yeah.
is
thing.
And
absolutely
if
ridiculous.
anything,
So
we keeping her name alive.
Svengali, she that Archibald lawsuit. Let me go ahead
It's
and make
bogus
sure I
too.
say allegedly. It was a bogus ass lawsuit that
Try to tell it.
anti-Afro Svengali only knew. She was the only one who knew who Archibald was. She
Mm-hmm.
was the only one that was in contact with whoever Archibald
Mm-hmm.
is.
wow.
So any updates from that can only come through anti-Afro Svengali.
So that person might not even be real.
I,
Man, that lawsuit was
man,
so
listen,
It
man,
might
that
not even be
lawsuit was
real.
because
Hey,
So what's
because so
his
this is
so what's
what
his
happened.
email from
You said
last
what?
night? What's his email that I'm you I remember you saying something about an email earlier today, and Judge said something about an email but from this Rev dude. We're
yeah, don't click on no emails.
So
trying to warn him.
when you first come around into this space, Rev G is usually the first person that you encounter, and he will send you information showing you that, hey, I used to be with a part of these big known content creators, and this is what happened. So when it came to the email you're talking about, um Rev G had got Lennon Honor to, I guess, put together a statement about attacks that was going on in this area back in the day, and he took that document. He's been sending it around to people, talking about this is what happened. Here's the proof, and that document has Lennon Honor's personal information on it, but
What?
he disguises it as I'm only telling you the history of what happened in this space. And when I got attacked, this is what I asked Linda Honor to do for me. And this is what he sent. But he never followed up with the police when it came time. He left me high and dry. He never tells you why, though. He never tells you
Wow.
it's because he was sending out that man's information. He don't
Wow.
tell you that
Wow.
he was over there instigating when the people, when everything was dying down and nobody was saying anything to anybody. He would go over there and kick up dust and get them to start up again. So Lennon was like, "Well, fuck it, you ain't being true, and I ain't finna stick my neck out here when you moving like this." And so
Wow.
he's mad. So he sends that document out, and he sent it to Raw B when she first came into this space. But once he sees that you can't be controlled, then he turns on you. but they don't
Right.
automatically write you off. They'll still try, to send other people your way. It's other folks that's a part of their crew that they'll send to see if they can win you over. Once they're convinced that they can't win you over, then anything you have said about them, anything that you have pointed out about, their little jabs that they take, whatever, they use that as an attack against them, and they are only responding. So what happened for me, Svengali, I told Svengali the name of the dude that shot me, and she gave me the disposition to my case because I was like, I don't know what happened. So I don't know how she looked up that man's name and was able to give me the disposition, but she did. But she kept whatever information she found on me, and Rev G started putting out stuff about all the jobs that I had. He was saying that I was running from my jobs, trying to avoid child support, and they put my
What?
child support information out there and was like, "Oh, he's just like Umar Johnson. He owes child support," in which I
Wow.
didn't owe. And they don't update the people and let them. I'm not on child support at all anymore. Like all
But
that is gone.
what if you
But
were unemployed at the time? Like,
that
yeah,
I, dude,
it could be multiple reasons why you're behind on child support. I know motherfuckers that didn't even know they was
they
on
said.
child support
See, the thing is,
until they got to go to court.
they lied about my entire employment. Like they lied about my insurance license, and
Mm,
to keep their lie going about me jumping from job to job to job. They don't talk about I worked at the insurance company. I left there, got a whole lot of different summer jobs to make some extra money on the side, and now went back to the insurance company. They don't talk about all that. They spin the story the way they need it to go, the narrative they need to frame you in a certain way. So they needed people to believe that I'm a deadbeat dad. My son's wife, my son's mom divorced me because I was following Umar Johnson, and like they painted this whole picture about me,
mm.
and they
That's
run
crazy.
with the narrative that they need folks to believe about you. That's
Now,
how all that
Right.
works.
Crazy. Wait.
let me just interject real quick, right? Lady Luck and Rem, might be
Mm.
maybe Mr. Judge too. You all had the Mold Man on your channel. I don't know what y'all had conversations about, but if
Oh,
you
I didn't
pay
have the
attention
moment.
to your interaction with the Mold Man, it follows that same pattern, doesn't it?
Right.
I never
Yeah, I
spoken
said
with
that
him on the
earlier.
phone or anything, so I
That's good.
Me either.
I
everything was
did.
Me
all email.
Yeah, that's good because
Yeah.
the Mold Man and the naked face uncle, both of them were moving in that same pattern. And then when MAL came out with her fake check, that's when the naked face uncle started spazzing on KKC. That's all
Right.
following the same. That's the same pattern.
I think it all went downhill from there.
Yep.
What's so
That's where it
unfortunate?
started.
I mean, I'm
And I
That's where
really
it
looked one of
started.
them. I
disappointed
looked
in
one of their
him. I
names
really
up,
am.
and it led back to somebody that's unalive.
Right.
Jesus.
And
Same
with
history.
military too, right?
Same
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 history.
history. Same history as the stories being told, but that individual is beige, but they unalive. It's not the out, so it
Yeah.
might not be the same person. There's a lot of people, but I just found that strange.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Wow.
is
KKC,
strange.
I just want to say this to you, man. Um, and this is to try and to give you encouragement, which is this. The way it works, especially within freedom of speech, you can't control what people believe. Some people will believe you, some people won't. Some people will ignore facts and just whatever the case may be. But the good news is it pretty much doesn't matter because as long as you actually have the information that can debunk whatever anything anyone is saying, it won't affect you in court. It won't affect you in real life for the most part. If people say, "Oh, we formulated a reputation and you're this," the most you can do, put up the facts, show the public that this is contrary to what the other people say, and let the chips fall where they may. Because at the end of the day, you can't control what people are saying, and at the end, and for the most part, it doesn't matter. It only truly matters if it starts affecting you in real life. And when I say affecting you in real life, if Social Security said, "Hey, we're cutting you
That's
off,"
what,
you
and
know, or "Hey, we're
that's
firing you
what
for that."
KKC is trying to explain. She doesn't just affect you on the internet. She goes after your personal life, and then your love. If she can't get to you, she's gonna go to your loved ones, and if she can't
Oh,
get to that, she's gonna go after your followers.
well, I
That's
explained. I
dedication
explained
right
on
there.
Mind Chaos. I explained on Mind Chaos Brew. That type of tactic won't work on me because I won't. I won't care who you go after. That has nothing to do with me.
And,
Always consider your audience, because again,
Right.
that's what you would,
Yeah.
you care
You
about
start
them.
attacking your audience, you lose them.
and I mean, his, the I hate to say it this way, but hopefully you understand and find some encouragement in this. Once they have, I think, done the damage that they have done, and realize, okay, nothing that they've said was illegal. You didn't break the law. It's not like she can prove, Social Security fraud. She doesn't have the evidence on that. So the worst they're doing is just trying to attack your character, and it
Right.
almost speaks to the fact that because they don't have any evidence to prove that you've broken the law and you've done anything illegal. That's the only option they have left. What they're faced with now is people who are at a point where they're like, you know what, the worst that you could do is try to attack my character, and then I'll just gather evidence and receipts like you've been doing. But when you've been through that to the point where you're like, you know what, there's nothing more you can put out there that has not already been put out there, and I still have supporters. I still have this foundation. Yeah, I still have my family. I still have my faith. So clapping back and defending myself, what is there to lose at this point? Because they've already done their worst. They've shown their hand. So now you can defend yourself properly, and you don't have to show your hand to them. They don't have to know how you're moving and what you're doing to protect and defend yourself even the more, or to protect your platform or anyone else. They won't know, because the only thing they can do is, well, let me figure out where this person live and put their address out there and put them in danger. Well, that's a crime. So while they're sitting here trying to attack you with your character, they're actually breaking the law in the process. And what you now have is an arsenal of receipts that if you wanted to pursue even something on a criminal level, now you have that leverage, because they've done all that they have done without even thinking that this could backfire. You've got video evidence, you've got emails, you've got text, you've got message, you have all this documentation you could use to not just hold them liable in a civil matter, but now criminally speaking, because doxing is illegal. There is no personal information on any of you all that I would need to have to release out there unless I'm intentionally trying to shame and humiliate and embarrass you publicly. That is the legal definition of this cyber harassment, the cyber doxing, the bullying, the targeting. All of that falls under that harassment umbrella. It comes down to, this is their intent. And even when they were told to stop, they didn't. And now here's all my evidence to prove it. So the fight, the defense you have now, and the way you can fight back, is going to end up biting them in the ass, because no judge is going to appreciate any of the doxing and the harassment that they're doing, and they won't be able to explain it. They won't be able to come up with a defense to say, well, Your Honor, I just, this person said something I didn't like. And then, so the judge is going to say, so your comeback was to find out where this person lived, to have their employer notified so that they can lose their job, or to contact the federal agency so that their benefits can be put into jeopardy. This was your retaliation. this is how you responded to criticism. You see now how that makes them look absolutely horrible in the court of law,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they could
and
be held responsible.
I appreciate you and judge's advice. It is a matter of
Hmm.
remembering your first amendment rights, just your freedom of speech, and then also knowing that I haven't done anything that criminal or otherwise. So
Right.
it's all they can do is humiliate, and the humiliation that I've been dealing with, it's been great. Because again, I lost my parents. They
Hmm.
attacked all that, so I've been through a lot of the things that you know.
Hmm.
I, I don't
It's
want to
so
say
unfortunate.
it's crazy because it's
Yeah.
all because I would not push anti-Afro Svengali's narrative. And she says, "No, you attacked me and you did this." I told that lady, "I'm taking your wrench and you can go and be great doing what you want to do." And
Hmm.
because I said that in front of however many people were at the show, she took that as you ain't gonna humiliate me and just get away with it type thing, and it's been
Mm.
this ever since. And I
I'm so
again,
sorry you've been going
I've
through this.
it's all good. I've went and I've cussed her out. This is before I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. So you are she listen, you gonna hear a whole lot of bald
You
headed
got
blotter
gospel
blots,
gangster out
and
of you.
it went from communion to code 45. That's all I can tell you. It real quick. And so
We
Man,
it's
forgive
listen.
you in advance.
You know I
hey
already
man,
know, honey.
I just keep it real, but at the same time, I
Yeah.
will say it does feel good to know that there are people that are willing to stand up and answer back, because I understand our platforms
Mhm.
and the protection of our brands. I get that, and
Mhm.
I, but at the same time, it makes me feel good to know that I will protect my brand, and I will also protect those that come after me, and that's what I was
Mhm.
looking for on the front end. And since that didn't happen, I appreciate it on the back end. So
Well,
Absolutely.
you
And
back
it's
here now, and I'm
unfortunate.
saying it live. I'm saying it
Yeah.
Yeah,
live. You will not be
I
standing
just
alone this time.
I just
Exactly.
want to address the chat real quick because I've been seeing Sweet Bay's comments. So listen, guys. First of all, you guys give great comments. I'm glad you guys are saying that because that makes me laugh. The second thing is, um, here's the thing. I'm just an individual. I said it in my post. I'm John Q. Public. I'm not a leader of you. I'm one of you. So there's not much I can actually do. If you tell me, hey, I want you to post a video, let me know what the video you type want. We'll do it. Want me to put a poll up to let me know what direction you want the channel to go? I'll definitely do it. You tell me, hey, something happened to me. Hey, if you want me to, and you want me to make a video about it, send me the information that you're willing to share and I'll see what I can do. But beyond that, there is nothing I can do. Beyond that, I'm sorry, you're on your own. It's as simple as that, just as I'm on my own.
Dad, you don't love us no more.
I support you, Judge. Like I said,
Fine, I
my
Jump ship
understand
on
whole
him,
that, honey.
Judge,
front
and jump
end
off the
is
ship.
just I'm passionate because of it wasn't just me. The beautiful Bernice, she's in the chat. She was
Mhm.
somebody that was attacked by way of these people because they were so pissed off at me. They knew me and her are close. So they started attacking
Mm.
her. The lady that
Wow.
got the job at Social Security trying to stop my SSDI, her and BB had went out for lunch one day before all of this stuff had popped off. So she knew where BB lived, and so she would ride
What?
by her house and make videos. And this stuff,
Oh
it
wow.
got crazy,
She should
and
be
it
in
got to the
jail.
point to
What?
where BB's son. Now I don't know what happened to the lady, because if she's in the space still, she's under another account. But she eventually she ultimately just apologized and went on her way because anti-Singali turned on her. So it,
Jeez.
she wound up saying that, oh, she got a job at Social Security and she stole all of our information and she put my information. So she she turned on the lady after she got everything she get from her. But during that
Wow.
time, she was driving past BB's house and BB's son had to step in and like, hey man, calm that down. Like it got crazy. So
Drive past my house if you want to.
it shouldn't get to this point because
It shouldn't.
I'm not sure if you know about the story in the Vegas sector about the guy that went by the name of Manny himself, and he unalived the couple.
Yeah, I
And
reported
Oh
on that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
so
reported on that.
these things are real situations where people are like, oh, I'll meet you offline, come and see me. And I had got caught up in all that at one point in time, and I'm like, hold on, we supposed to be exposing Umar Johnson's school scam, and now
Right.
we talking about pulling up on each other. What's really going on? So
Right.
Right.
it's
And
it's
it's crazy.
it's crazy.
But
It
that
done turned
because
The
of
into a
that
whole
effect,
distraction
nother.
is real.
and the effect that it has had on, people's private personal lives is more of a reason why now you have the ball in your court. You have evidence and receipts for days that you can use. And the best thing we can do is to defend ourselves and to keep that from happening to anyone else or even to you even more, where it starts to become a very dangerous situation, because that's dangerous. Someone pulling up on your home, you don't know what that person's state of mind is. Who's to say that they wouldn't pull out a weapon and do something harmful, to where it could lead to a loss of life? And that's the issue. Is in At this point, you can't give that person, we cannot give this person any more leverage. We cannot give them any more rope, to keep pulling down into that rabbit hole. We can't do it. We got to cut the cord and make them, hold them accountable. We don't have to tell them what we're doing and how it's being done, but it needs to be clear. This is enough, because this is affecting people's personal lives when it shouldn't. You should be able to have your platform, speak your mind, do your content without anyone, sitting here trying to figure out what's your address. It is absolutely disgusting. And if we don't like it when Umar does it, and he has literally given people's addresses out on live streams, why would we sit here and allow someone else to do it? And they claim that they want to see Umar go down, but yet they're doing the same things, repeating his talking points as if they're in bed with him. It is disgusting, it's dangerous, and it's enough. It's doxing. It's a crime. It is a crime. And I have to call it what it is. It's a crime. So, meanwhile, this person is out here committing cyber crimes. You now have all the evidence you need to do what you have to do next, and let that fall into, you know, a court of law and into the authorities' hands, and where it needs to go properly for it to be nipped in the bud, because people aren't playing these games. You got people that are losing their lives because someone didn't agree with them politically. This is not a game. This people's lives and livelihoods. People have families and kids, and it's deplorable that people would do that. But when it happens, here's the recourse for this. We have the law on our side, and you have all the evidence you need to handle it the way it should be. And it's hopefully, we have your back. Listen. If I need to come in and testify and be a witness, honey,
Yeah, well,
That's that's
you
what
don't
I'm
even have
saying
to
in
I
subpoena
live.
love
me.
it, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I
That's
love
what
The
I'm saying
defense
in live.
calls LLC to the stand.
My chaos, honey.
And, and,
Oh, how you doing?
and
Doing
KKC, you
well.
probably don't remember, but I was there.
Woo.
I've been around since the beginning, so I done seen most of that.
And who is
Oh,
that? Who is that talking?
it's
Jaded,
Jaded.
Jaded Emperor.
Oh yeah.
I've been
What's up,
around in
Jaded?
different
Okay.
accounts. I've been
Hey.
around in different accounts. I'm the guy that was on your second show telling you how Umar was just like Marcus Garvey. Remember
Mm.
that.
With them ships
Mm.
that ain't ever go nowhere. Listen,
Man.
Well, I've
Uh,
shifted my opinion a little bit. I think Garvey was a little bit more sincere than Umar.
Okay. Umar just pathetic.
it's possible, possibly. But here's the thing. This is very much disgusting what these people are doing and have been doing. And for
Hmm.
sure, KKC, you definitely should pursue legal charges against them. And I mean that shit. Like, make these people start paying how they weigh. You want to run around and play games with laws and put allegations? There's a certain way to give commentary. But y'all saw last night in the video I showed you, falsifying documents to paint a narrative, that's against the law.
Yep.
Actually, housing people's social security numbers and driver's license and then passing that out to other people, that's against the law. That's inciting violence.
Yep. Yeah. All day, every day.
Well, actually, that raises a good question because I know Rimrum told us that he's waiting to hear back from Google when he reported the nay for the doxing of his phone, but couldn't he also technically take legal action too for that since he has the
Ye-
evidence?
Yes, he
yep.
can. And
Hmm.
again, you have that template I sent you to. It's a very successful template. I've used it to do counter notifications on several occasions. It works. And then the person that is trying to strike you will have to go and file a lawsuit. They trying
Oh
to play in
yeah,
your
Right.
face
absolutely.
because they think that y'all don't have the money, the wherewithal, or the knowledge to do it. And with our forces combined, we are Captain Planet because this is some
Yep.
bullshit.
Yo, Rem,
Oh,
yeah,
I
most
that
of
put
them
shit
is
this
is
on the
there.
all
shield.
I'm
upstairs,
Earth.
yo.
Who's gonna be
Uh,
fire and water and wind? I'm Earth.
Look, I'll be
I,
fire.
man,
I'll be fire.
I
Hmm.
gotta be water. I'm a
hey,
water sign, so I gotta just
hey,
you
you
know.
Oh,
guys
there
can
you
have
go.
all the elements. I just want the shield. I don't care if it's copyrighted. Give me the Captain America shield. That can
I
knock people
dare
out.
you.
So
We forming
crazy.
Hey
Voltron
Trey,
on their ass.
Trey, come on the panel. You said you got the 223. Come on the panel. And yes, she had 100,000 subscribers on her original channel before she lost it.
Who?
Anti Afro's finger Island.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good lord, she had over 100,000. What? Why is
Thousand, and
she
she
even
fucked
taking
that
time to
up.
come after the content creators?
She
Good
had a
grief.
she had a big following because she had people believing that she was going to take down Umar Johnson and that she was in contact with all of these different um, government agencies and
Law enforcement
authorities,
agencies are
yeah,
coming.
law enforcement, and
The law
that's why
enforcement
I say,
police
we've
fellas,
seen
we're
this
gonna get Umar.
before. We've seen this before. Mary Ann and Lene is not new.
This is the
That's
same
why
thing.
Anti want them so bad on her squad.
Hmm.
Well, it's time to break that generational curse and cycle and habit and all of that. And, time for people to buckle down. I saw your email, my chaos. So I will be using that because I'm
Yeah, you
going to
do.
file a counter and I'm going
Good.
to make sure it's done right. Because I'm
We're
not,
not gonna let them strike your
this is,
channels.
this is just mind boggling. It's so
It's mind-boggling,
ridiculous.
family.
People have been doxxed. Like, are you kidding me? Over what again? This woman has been at this for how long and still has not taken out Umar? I mean, good grief. You think
It
she would
But
seemed
want
like she took
help?
out more.
Jesus.
Seemed like she took out more
Yo,
content creators and followers than she did any
And she
damage
did
to Umar.
Umar. Thank
she
you.
has been
exactly.
at it. She's been at it since the I'm happy but I'm not pleased family. If you don't like what I got to say, we can take it outside.
Uh-huh. But
Oh,
Again.
this
I remember
is
that.
this is the thing
God
too.
damn.
Everybody else that has reviewed her content, y'all also need to grab those video links as well. Because if she hasn't struck those video links, it proves retaliation as opposed to copyright
Hmm.
infringement.
That's
Right.
what I was saying earlier. And plus, she, like I
Cash.
said, she thanked everybody in her first video for supporting the video. Well, what she thought was support, supporting it and replaying it and getting people to watch it. She was thanking everybody. So
If you
now,
have
Hmm.
that video, you should play it.
That is true.
You
You
got to
should put
submit
that
that.
out there.
Yes, play it.
Yeah,
Because
that
Yes.
she, I
that
mean,
video.
that's
Yeah.
more
Yo, you
evidence
should
that she
make that
gave
joint
permission,
short.
a blanket
Yeah.
permission.
Put
Make
that
that
out there.
joint
Yeah.
short
Her
and just
first
put it out.
video that she ever put out.
Yeah. Nah,
Post
she did
it.
though. She did though. I was there.
I think it's
Also,
still on her channel.
also,
I
you
know, but
guys
it's not
can.
about, hold on a second, love. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Make it a short. It just run on your channel, son.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She said it. She the one that said, y'all, you guys can, react and watch this and all of that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
Right.
all the while, why didn't you somehow have this level of success with this film in 2023? You re-released it on YouTube, not a movie theater with no copyright, proof of copyright, anything. You re-released this on YouTube and gave a
Okay.
blanket permission for people to utilize and recreate, give commentary, do reactions, live premiere and showings of this. And now you're
Hey,
hitting people with copyright with no evidence of this so-called copyright. It's absolutely insane.
Can I make a
shit.
confession?
The room is full. Trey trying to come up. I need one person.
YouTube
Judge, can
is
you drop
YouTube
down to
is
let Trey come up?
sure. No problem.
Let
Sure.
I'll
Trey come
drop
up.
down for Jay to
For
come
the,
up
I
because I'm, oh,
You all need me to drop. I can
oh,
drop.
wait, Trey, right there. No,
Mr.
no.
Judge dropped
Miss
off.
Trey. Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right, Trey, try to come back in.
Go
Yo, I
to
got a
Power
confession to make.
Rangers.
I watched that movie 5 times.
Oh God. I can get that one.
Yo, and plus, let's not forget she threatened you with physical harm, didn't she?
Yeah, she
She
said,
told
well,
you.
no, I just watched that video. What she did was she collapsed Lady Luck and Trip. So she started just making things, and then she like added some things. So the person that she threatened wasn't even a real person. It was a combination of Trip and Lady Luck. It was a
That
character.
is what I'm saying. I'm like, I didn't know anything about her father. Never said anything about her dad at
Like,
all.
if the movie, if you got this far in the movie, she has a character where she collapsed young Pharaoh and Lennon Honor and made it into the same person. She did the same thing. It's just another character.
Right.
Ugh.
She's not going to
Wow.
threaten a real person because I don't
Oh,
even think
Bernice
she's the
came
real
up.
person. I think she might
But
be a character.
this is the thing. Even if somebody talked about her father, who cares? Your father is a potential criminal. The only reason he didn't face prosecution is because he expired. Let's be honest. The
Right.
I mean, the
crimes he
news
committed
talked about her
against those,
father.
I don't care who talked about her father. Her father is a public figure. He committed a crime. He was arrested. He was in civil court. He never paid them victims their money. And he was a slumlord. It's actually literally newsworthy. It was part of several news publications and cable news, video news, as well as print news. So what are you upset about?
Yeah. It's madness.
Right.
And it's not like it was provably false statements being made here. You're talking about disseminating information and reporting on information that definitely is of public interest. One and two, it is already on the news in court documents. It's already public
No, we get some
information.
static. I
I
think
mean,
that's
Is it?
she just
Bernice.
wanted. She just had to say something, and that's all she could come up with to say. I don't. There's nothing for her to be offended about.
Right.
She just
So,
had to say something.
Yeah.
oh
I mean,
Jesus.
and she got the wrong person when she did it though. We got static. I think it's Bernice. You outside, Miss Beautiful Bernice? Oh, there goes. She turned off her mic. Everybody turned off their mic. Goddamn.
No,
No,
my mic on. My mic hot. I'm just quiet.
I see
I
the
was
whole
quiet.
bottom floor turned off his mic. Yeah, I
Hey,
think
yo,
it's
Remy.
Bernice. I think you got to go down and come back up.
Hey, yo, Remy.
Bernice, I think you got to go down and come back up.
Remy. In about 10 years, your house will be quiet too. Maybe about 8. Your house will be quiet too,
My
son.
house would never be quiet with all these
It'll be.
daycare kids.
I promise you, yo. I promise. When they get older, they ain't gonna be home, so they gonna be gone. They're gonna be out. So it's gonna be just you. You're gonna feel weird. I'm telling you. I'm
I
living it.
can't wait. I'm gonna be like Pops on Friday. walking around boogie naked.
Oh God.
Uh,
So, if I can ask KKC, has this person ever been successful when it came to litigation?
no.
Has anyone actually taken this person to court?
Yes, there
Oh,
is history of anti-Afro Svengali being taken to court for it's a pattern of behavior. She
who
likes
sued her?
to
Hmm.
harass. It was I don't know if the lady was Latino or Mexican or whatnot. She had a name that would m- have you believe she was. But
Was she involved in the Umar sector or somewhere? There's somewhere
no,
else?
it was just somebody that had some issues with anti-Afro Svengali,
Hmm.
and it was in that case
Mm.
the court made it be known that if they could bring charges against Svengali, they would, because she weaponizes the court. Like you take
Mm,
her to court, she learns what she did wrong, and then she goes back and does it again.
that's diabolical. That's
Wow.
diabolical.
And the courts permit this? Like that's you know, malicious, frivolous petitions being filed in bad faith.
Hey,
I mean, the
look,
courts are allowing this to happen over and over
Sinister.
again.
look. I'm just giving this warning. Look, you can do whatever you want to me, or you can say whatever you want about me, but when you come after my family and my loved ones, it ain't gonna be no internet shit. I'm just letting you know now. I'm not making no threats. I'm making promises. It ain't gonna be no internet shit.
Mm,
You get to driving by my house and all that type of shit. That's when lines are being crossed. That's when I feel like the welfare of me and my family is in jeopardy, and that's when shit goes left. So that's why I always say, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me. You can look up whatever you want about me. I don't care. It's nothing I that I feel as though in my life that I need to hide or that I can't address. Like, I ain't told my whole life, but if you find certain things out about my life, I will never have a problem addressing it, because lying on the internet gets you nowhere.
Eh,
I watch
right.
other people's mistakes. Like, you lie, and then you keep lying and you keep lying and you keep lying, when you could have just told the truth the first time and just said, "Look, I'm human just like the rest of y'all. Don't put me up on a pedestal. I make mistakes,"
yeah.
and it's over with from there.
So guess what?
Chicken butt.
What's up?
What's up?
Found it.
You
Dated
done the video?
timestamps. I did. Where she spoke to somebody else putting up a poll and she commented on the poll and everything else. And then she got her little bitch made feelings because people didn't like her goddamn movie. Uh-huh. Retaliation.
Yo, I
Wow.
like the movie. I
Wow.
watched it 5 times. I like the
Boy,
part. I
I
like
know you lying. You just like to see Dr. Umar putting that hoe on
nah,
the bedroom
that
dresser.
wasn't even the part
On a
that wasn't
dresser.
even the
Wow.
part that got me.
I
That
didn't
was the
even get
part
that far in the movie. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't
when
follow.
he was in the car with the dude and like the acting was immaculately bad. And Umar's in the car with the dude and they talking about this other lady, and then he's like, God damn, she got a lot of kids.
Look, now my part was when they called him about the bull getting shot. What? Huh? I'm on my way.
I'm on
The
my way.
acting was so fucking terrible.
Yo,
The acting, it
Yeah,
reminded
Umar's
me of
crazy.
when he tried to act like his goons was calling him. Yeah, I
like
got this.
Umar's
I got
acting
this.
was better
And his
on the
phone start ringing.
podcast.
That's what I'm saying. He's a better actor on
Oh man.
podcast than actually trying to act.
So is the video, is she confirming that she's giving people permission, or she's just saying
She's
it's
saying
okay if you
thank you.
guys
She's
react
thanking
She
and
everybody.
said
something to that extent?
He's
she was
thanking everybody.
excited. No, what she said verbatim, I was
Okay.
excited to have him
Put it
watch
up.
the video because I gave it to you guys for free. It's not like you gave me any money for it. So copyrighted
Right,
materials usually have a price behind it, don't they?
Yeah, because it's a
right.
money. It's
Matter
a
of fact,
money
you can
thing.
Yeah,
put it.
you
You can
have to have
share it.
documentation to prove that you have
You
Because
can
copyright.
share it to the
copyright
screen.
right has to do with her ability to sell the movie. And if you're playing her movie, then her ability to sell the movie is lessened. But if your movie ain't worth shit, excuse my language, then you really there's no damage.
She put it up on
If
YouTube for
you,
free.
she put it up for free. And
Yeah, I mean, she
again,
probably made about $20 from that movie in total.
right. So here's the thing. I'm also sending it in the group conversation, the screenshot and the file, so you guys can have it with the chat, with the transcript, timestamp. See, this is how we gonna play this shit. Like, leave people the fuck alone. That's
I
what
Mm.
y'all
mean,
gonna
it's
do.
not
Y'all
like
gonna
we
leave
came to
people the
her.
fuck alone.
Yep.
Y'all came to us
Yep.
with y'all stories, and when your stories got busted out, now all of a sudden you want to retaliate. You shouldn't have came here. We look,
Yeah.
and the thing
Exactly.
about it is, she tried to
It's
say she
nobody
wasn't
else's
given
fault
grace,
but your own that you're a liar.
right? She said we didn't give her grace. We gave you 7 months, 7 to 8 months worth of grace
How
before
much
we,
grace you supposed to give somebody that lies to you?
You
right,
supposed to keep their
right,
story. Like
before we actually turned around and checked it.
they want you to tell their story the way they want it told. Like you're not supposed to bust open a story and pick it apart.
Well, that's why
And
they're supposed to get their own channel and tell their story to nobody and have nobody listen. That's what they were supposed to do. Tell it to nobody. I got a lot of
They
videos talking
they
to
And they all
nobody.
they
have
both
channels.
attempted
That's
that.
so crazy. They actually have channels. I mean, it's like, you got your own channel. If you don't like
She has a
criticism,
video.
how about stay away from videos where you're getting criticism about certain things? I honestly never criticized Mary Ann like that. I never just criticized her or said anything against her directly until I found out that she was lying about everything. It's like,
There's
are
another
you kidding?
video
You
Exactly.
have
that
a channel, you
Marianne
could have cleared
did.
that up, but
There's a video that Marianne did where she said something about having mavericks that she was going to get to go to different places to advertise her film. So, having Lene jump on Lennon Honor and then she follows behind Lennon Honor, that just sounds like a marketing scheme.
but see,
Right.
I gave the play. Like when they say they're going to take it down, Umar Johnson, and they putting everybody on their back to do so. Once it turns out that they lying, they gonna attack the people
Yep.
that once supported them. That's what they do.
Right. Uh,
It's y'all
and I saw
fault.
somebody.
Go ahead.
I saw somebody put in the chat. They came in as like benevolent angels, and then once they found out that they was lying, they flipped into demons, and that's
He
exactly
knew.
how it happened.
He knew.
He
not just
knew,
demons,
fam.
criminals. I mean, it's a crime to
Yeah,
dox.
matter of fact,
Like,
you can
good
get her ass with
grief, that
check
is
fraud for
illegal.
putting up them fake ass checks.
Yep.
You can get her ass with check fraud. That's proof
Oh my
she
god.
committing check fraud. Isn't that check fraud? Her putting up them fake ass checks, talking about Umar paid her. Isn't that a
Nah,
form of it?
because you can say it's part of her movie.
I would have to look that up to see exactly, like, her reporting it to a public sector and just saying that, hey, I got this check from this person and I actually cashed it and cleared it. We could all look at the second one and tell that it was never cashed, because that's not how a cash check even looks.
If you can't
But
get her for
Right.
a crime, you could contact Dollar Bank and say that she's using their brand, their logo. You could contact Dollar
Right.
Brand and say that she's using their logo to perpetrate a fraud online. That could be problematic.
Yeah.
I
And the
mean,
thing
her
about it is,
weaponizing copyright laws is bad.
I think she actually went to Dollar Bank and got an account so she can do that because
Yeah,
how long it took for her to put it up.
yeah.
I think she was waiting for her to open an account and get a checkbook from there, and so she can fake it. She probably went to her local library and or she wrote the check out, went to her local library and got it what's that thing called?
Mhm.
What's the thing that copy your papers and stuff? The copy machine. Got a one of those things at the library and copied it and then put it up.
Mm.
It wasn't even like for a bank to have done that. It was sloppy. Like, and I remember what Uncle Mo said. Why would they give you? You said the first check was just like a offer check. Why would they type that one out and then write the official check? Like that don't make
Child,
sense. They would
it's
they
so So
That makes
crazy.
absolutely no sense. That's just crazy.
It is. This is madness. The abuse of copyright laws, that can bring about some legal liability because potentially you are still hurting people's ability to earn revenue and income. So
Right.
that's not something she gets to interfere with. She doesn't get to interfere, you know, with any of our abilities to generate any revenue or income from creating this content. And doing that, it's gonna hold her. She needs to be held liable. And if she's listening
Right.
to someone else doing this, she's not even smart enough to understand that this is all still falling under her name and her channel, not the other person. That other
Right.
person is not an attorney either. So they wouldn't be able to even represent her in court. So when it comes down to it and hits the fan, you're the one that's going to end up getting the counters, and you're the one that's going to have to go through this litigious process, not the other person. They can tell you whatever. But Marianne is a grown ass woman. I thought she had a mind of her own. She didn't think any of this through.
You know,
She never talked to this so-called attorney that she claimed she had on retainer. You didn't call that attorney and ask questions to figure out whether or not this was even legally feasible or
Did
if it
they
made sense.
did they stop you with the copyright strike? Did they stop you from going live or anything, or you can still go live?
I can still go live. I mean, it's just the problem is that you're talking about two videos
Right.
and it takes 90 days for this thing to fall off
Mm-hmm.
if you don't fight it. But the counter, you still have to do all of that under your personal information.
Yep.
That's
That's
the one
see,
thing I
right.
know that person wants, and I don't want to give that to them.
that's how
I
they
want
get
to
you.
do this under my LLC, my channel name. But that's the thing. It's just a way to try to, manipulate and
Even if you
abuse
do it,
federal laws to get private information on people. It's so obvious. That's what that person's trying to do. The down part is that Marianne's gonna have to explain this to a judge at some point if she keeps on with this. She's gonna have to explain this to a judge. What the hell is she gonna say?
the
That's
problem
my question. What's
the
her
problem
defense?
is even if you was to do it under your LLC, and this is for anybody that has an EIN, um, even fighting the copyright under that, they can take their EIN and research information and find out, the owner of the business and go that route. So these people, once they use copyright as a means to get your personal information, is what
Mm-hmm.
Lady Luck is driving at, and they'll even use your business information to find you. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, keep going.
So yeah, that no, and that's the one thing I said earlier. I'm not giving her what she wants with that. You can get a representative that does not have to be an attorney to just do the counter under an LLC or whatever business that can at least provide the email contact information. And there's a way around it, but that's a problem. It's like that's what she if that's what they're doing, it goes to show and prove even the more that this is just hit a wall and it's enough of this bullshit. It's time for them to be held accountable. And it's unfortunate because if they really wanted to focus on Umar, take him down, they would not have time to do this bullshit. They would not have time to pull content creators through this nonsense. But this is what they want to waste damn time doing. So they're not
Right.
gonna like the
It seemed
clapback.
like
But
it seemed like that ASS lady spent way more time
too
trying
much.
to take down content creators and individuals than she did trying to take down Umar.
Yeah.
It sounded like she got drunk off of power. She said she had 100,000 subscribers. Sound like she got
Hmm.
drunk off of her power,
Yep.
and it never
I
faded.
mean, it's not even just the power, it's the idea that she's hiding behind a profile. I've never ventured onto her channel, don't know how she looks, barely know how she sounds. And she tries her best to stay hidden. So by her using other people to do all this nonsense, she does not have to put her information out there like that. Other than I guess the person that did sue her, um, she doesn't have to keep doing that, but she's using other people to do it, and she's the one spearheading this. But it goes to show, you know, Marianne and the other one, they don't have a mind of their own if they're this easily manipulated and they can't see what she's doing is just fundamentally wrong and an abuse of law, and it's going to have an impact on people's private lives, especially where you're trying to dox them. That's illegal. Laws don't bend because of who's weaponizing it. It's illegal either way. So that's why I said now they they're doing all they can do because that's all they got. But our response to that, you know, is going to be epic, and hopefully more people will join in, and I guess the bigger the force and the clapback is, the harder it will be for that person to keep coming back. Because at some point, she's going to end up fighting the entire internet, which is the point that Mr.
Right.
Judge was making. At some point, you're going to end up having to face the entire internet, all 1 billion users on YouTube. You're going to
Right.
hit a wall at some, because people are going to start fighting back. They're going to get sick of the bullshit. They're going to fight back, and they're going to start losing, not just on YouTube, but also in the courts. And if she didn't
Right.
win any lawsuit that was previously filed, that kind of goes to show this person obviously has no idea what they're doing legally. And two, that now we know what to do, if that makes sense. We see the pattern. We saw how they've lost and failed. Now we know how to strategize and how to clap back. So
Right.
I would love to
And
read that lawsuit of the person that did sue her.
right. And I want to make another point of putting people on the pedestal, content creators on the pedestal. I don't want to be put on the pedestal to where I'm doing something wrong and my followers and my audience know that I'm wrong and they're just going with it. And you know that because that's how we get there. That's how we get to where we are now. Her followers probably went along with it. From what I hear, she had asked some of her followers do some of her dirty works. From what I'm hearing, and I don't want that type of crowd. I don't want to. I don't want a crowd that's not going to let me know when I'm wrong,
Yeah.
because that's how you get drunk off of power. And I never want to be in that position.
Yep. Shout out to the mods. KKC, do you have that? Do you know the court filing? Do you know at least where the person that did take them to court, what
I'm
court they
look,
went to?
I'm looking for it right now for you.
Yeah, because that's it's one thing I God I absolutely appreciate um with having one of my godmothers in my life. And then that's the thing. And man, people got stuff, real life issues and problems going on, behind the scene. You never know what people are going through. And to sit here and to put
Right.
this unnecessary burden and stress on somebody because, somebody's mad that they got called out, it is absolutely ridiculous. No one has time for this bullshit. I lost a godmother this, 2 weeks ago. Her funeral is coming up. Today is my birthday. My grandmother's birthday is in 2 days, and she passed away. She raised me. She passed away in 2017. So I have all this going back to back just
Oh,
in
I'm sorry
this
to hear
week,
that.
and I still have to work, take care of my kids. I don't want to have to sit here and do anything litigious, but that's the only option at this point. It's the only option. And it's just unfortunate because I'm not sitting here striking people's channels and videos. I've had people put up videos about me that worships the ground Umar walks on. I just didn't watch it. I could care less what they had to say. I simply didn't even watch it.
Right.
So,
When people
they
make
could
videos on me, like it's a reaction just like I do. I mean, if it's true, I'll fuck around and do a reaction to your video. And if it's true, I'll say it's true. If it's funny, I'll laugh at it. You know, I'm a good sport when it comes to that. But if you're spreading false lies and stuff, I'm not going to strike you, but I'm just going to address the issue and then move on. Like
Yeah.
I don't see how people get to this level of bullshit over the internet. Like it the worst thing you can do. I mean, they like I don't get how you're taking it to people's personal lives when all you have to do is log the fuck off. If you feel
Yeah.
like you're being overwhelmed, log off. It's a button called incognito. You don't have to
Block
see
me,
it.
please. Like, block my channel for me.
Right,
You can't like. I listen.
right.
I
You
do not
can't.
go on their channels at all. So if you
There's
block
so
me,
many
I
other
wouldn't
options.
care. I wouldn't lose 2 seconds of sleep. Block me if you
Right.
don't like it. Don't watch the videos. But it's not gonna stop people. There's always gonna be someone to come behind to see through the lies, through the bullshit, and they're gonna call you out. You'll be dealing with this all day. Some people just aren't really meant for social media because they can't handle
Right.
it. It just speaks to their
Right.
state of mind too. They don't have tough skin and they can't handle criticism. But what you do not get to do is to interfere on someone else's constitutional rights either. And no judge in a court of law would ever
Right.
appreciate that, especially when you're acting out of malice and you're being spiteful and retaliatory and vindictive. You will not be able to explain that to a judge, especially if you can't prove that this content was copyrighted before you filed that strike. Because doing it after
Right.
the fact would be moot, it would be irrelevant. You would have to have that in place before or at the time that you filed this copyright strike. And she got 2 videos. Girl, I mean, it's like we'll be at this all day if we got to sit here and keep going back. Nope, I'm just gonna nip it in the bud and keep living.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it seemed like
that's it.
from what KKC was describing, it seemed like he was living in her head rent free. For her to go to that extent, it's like
Yep.
whoever she's going after is living in her head rent free. Like she can't stop thinking about him, and the only way to relieve that is to make their life just as miserable as she is.
Yeah.
That's what them type of
Oh
people do.
man.
Man, she's very miserable. She won't stop. Like I said, this I think me and her I took a wrench back in 21, 22, and it's been
Mm-hmm.
going on since then.
Yeah.
Um she was making comments today that she was watching she was listening to Raw's live last night because she said that I think Trey was the one that made the comment that I got PTSD from AAS, and she was like, I don't have PTSD from the dude that put lead in my head, but I have PTSD for trying to put her in some type of enslavement. She feels like I wanted her to get information about Umar Johnson, and I was making her my slave. And
What?
I never she man, this lady is crazy. So she stopped talking about Umar Johnson to try to punish me and Lennon Honor by saying we get all of our information from her. And so if she stopped talking about him, we wouldn't be able to keep talking about Umar. And
What
so
the hell?
since man, listen, it's when the story of this stuff is crazy, I'm telling you, it's weird.
Ugh.
Hello, hello,
Oh
hello,
wow! This
hello.
seemed like she had a vendetta with you
Mm.
before you took her off. That was just an excuse for her to do what she did.
She always has ulterior motives.
Hello.
Hey Joe.
Hey, what's up?
Hello,
Hey,
welcome to
how's
the
it going?
channel.
Hi, Lady Luck. Hi,
Hi.
KKC. What's going on,
What
everybody?
up?
I
What's
just got
going
off
on?
and I said, let me hit this link real quick so I can give my 2 cents. Okay, so the original sector, Umar Johnson sector, meet the new, well, we call y'all the new Umar Johnson sector. So we're from the original. So, we kind of was trying to slowly warn people in this space about these
Mhm.
people. When I was trying to throw out these subliminals, when I was talking about Marianne, and I was throwing out the subliminals like earlier on, because I really felt like it was going to go this way, and it did. It went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Wow.
We in the Umar Johnson space, and KKC is right about everything he's saying. We have this woman who spends a lot of her time in a apartment, um terrorizing other people in this space. And she started doing it more so not just with KKC, but she started doing it when we didn't bite into that Archibald lawsuit. And
Wow.
a lot of her people started moving away from her, and she was turning on them, and she has a history of harassing people. She's been doing this for years.
Good
And
grief.
I wanted, I want KKC to give me the clip where he did the interview with her, because that will tell you everything you need to know about her psychosis. Because the way she was talking in that interview, you would have thought she met Umar Johnson. She
Wow.
had people in this space believing that she was this woman in another city, and people were reaching out to her to the point it got so bad when they finally told her, like, this lady, she's because Umar Johnson doxed them, and she said something like, the guy said, this woman's been harassed. Every time this AAS lady starts doing stuff, they start harassing this Hispanic lady in LA. And
Mhm.
she's just a regular lady with a couple of kids. She don't hurt nobody, she don't do anybody, but they were getting influx of calls reporting this one
Mhm.
lady. So, and they as knew that wasn't her. She knew that lady wasn't her. And
Mhm.
she allowed that lady to be harassed and tormented. But what she does is she preys on people who have some type of issue with somebody else. And so, Lady Luck, you said that you wanted that
Mhm.
lawsuit of that
Yes.
woman. I have that whole lawsuit.
Man,
Oh
thank
my
you, cause I'm
god.
searching. I'm searching.
Yes. Please email it to
Um,
me.
Oh,
Daniel,
you don't
uh,
have CB's lawsuit?
No, not Catherine Brown's. It's another one. It's a lady like Ramirez or it's
Oh
something like.
yeah, I have that too.
Please
Somewhere.
send
I have
that.
that somewhere where this woman that she lived by, and it was a guy, and she was the lady tried to put a restraining order on her. And I think there was another person. I think she lived in the same area neighborhood as her. And she was harassing, like, so she doesn't just harass people online, she was harassing people offline.
Wow.
Um
uh,
she does send people to do her dirty work. She got somebody right now that's been, like, just decided to take upon himself to harass somebody that
Mhm.
he don't know who that person might be. He lied to get a person in the sector investigated. I think this was their successful person that they were able to attack and get them in trouble. But that's their main goal in life. She spends her time just sitting around collecting clips, trying
Goodness.
to clip you saying things that and trying to contact your employer. She is, and we knew that she was going to come over here, and we knew that she was going to infiltrate Marianne. And what she did was, what they typically do is they if you haven't gotten it yet, Lady Luck, or any of you
Mhm.
guys, have any of you guys got any emails from like a Proton account
I
in
don't
this space?
recall.
Okay. If you guys are
not all.
getting Proton emails or anything like that, it's coming from this group. I mean, these people.
Mm,
They'll send you other people's information. It
What?
they'll Yeah. So what they've been doing with Marianne is they've been trying to work with her behind the scene, because she's not computer savvy. So when she started copy striking you guys, that's when we knew that that's when we knew for a fact that this woman has gotten close to her, because she don't know how to do those things. And so when they got, and they're targeting the old videos, like, when
Mhm.
she was on your channel, so we know that that's her. We know that they're doing that because that's what they did over here. And
Wow.
so yeah, and it didn't, it just is a petty thing. It has nothing to do with Umar Johnson. This
Right.
has everything to do with attacking KKC and Lennon Honor,
Wow.
trying to
Okay.
get revenge. Right. So
Uh,
she,
get
yeah, right.
let me get to the super chat real quick. I'll let you finish. Daniel Alvarez, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. It says director's chair with the words on set. But you get back to what you were saying.
Right. So, with that being said, we're seeing, I'm seeing it in real time, but I knew this was going to happen. I knew that Marianne was lying way in the beginning. When I saw the check months ago. I
Mhm.
saw when I watched the movie, that's when I realized that something wasn't right with her. But what the telltale sign that something wasn't right with her was when she said she got the check, but then the next day she was in her car frustrated, and she said
Mhm.
that she tried to file a restraining order against Umar, and they denied it. And I'm saying to myself, if this man gave you money, why are you so angry? Then you get, she was
Right,
celebrating. And that right
right.
there, I kept pushing, I said, listen, I tell people this. I'm not that kind of content creator where I'm gonna out you, but I said if they do out her, it's gonna be bad. It's
Wow.
gonna be a chain reaction. And it happened exactly what I thought. The Archibald lawsuit is a made up case too. The people in the Archibald lawsuit are people from our sector. Like if you look at the Archibald lawsuit, you see people like Flacco, Good Guys, all these different Kiko in the space that were
Gotcha.
either anti, really, they really wasn't like pro Umar, anti Umar. We talked about Umar back and forth,
Mhm.
but they really was people that the AFWs were trying to silence, or like I earlier on I was on her one of the lists of people that she could not dox. It was
What?
like five of us. Yeah, I have the email. Like she literally had an email that said, if these people show up in your chat, block them because we can't figure out who they are.
This is madness.
That's
Oh my
Man,
diabolical.
god.
I thank you for being up here, Joe, because it's y'all just don't know the extent.
This
Oh my
lady is this
god.
lady is diabolical. I call her. You ever seen that movie Unbreakable with Samuel L. Jackson?
Uh-huh.
The
Yep.
guy in the wheel, that's her.
Oh,
That's her.
she's the one with Samuel in the
Yeah,
wheelchair.
she does.
Yeah,
She got that
Mr.
energy. She got that.
Glass, Mr.
yeah,
Yeah.
Glass.
she's Mr. Glass.
Oh
She
man.
her in her mind is her job to cause chaos and confusion and to attack. So when she learns, if you're a public servant, she will try to clip things and then piece it all together and send it to your job. Um, if
Mm.
you show anything related to a content of somebody else, or you have a adversary, I could say adversary, she seeks
Mhm.
out your adversary and provides your adversary information about you.
That could be completely false if she can't find out who you are.
Right.
So, yeah,
So
that
so
That's
with the
that's
ridiculous.
the
Catherine Brown
crime in all of
thing,
this.
what I believe what happened was she Catherine Brown is similar to Marianne. I think she infiltrated a woman that had
Mhm.
some issues and then used her to get close to people in the space that was her adversaries. And
Mhm.
then Cath- Catherine Brown started believing that everybody was coming for her. So she started trying to sue everybody, and she got a lawyer, and she was able to get people's contact information. And then for some reason she flipped and she sued them too.
Goodness gracious.
Because she felt like she was the reason why all these people attacked her.
Now you know something about Marianne. You know what she sounds like? She sounds like she had a stroke.
Right.
That's
And
I
what
think
so
she's
that's
bipolar.
what the missing S's and stopping words halfway. That's what
yeah,
happens when that's how I'm supposed to sound, but I don't.
right.
Yeah,
I
but that's
believe
a
so
stroke.
too.
Yeah.
And she's slowly getting better. But that happened to this same woman in this space when she first lost her channel. Because she lost her channel and then she made a new channel. She had a backup channel. But what people don't know is she'll come under other names.
Yep.
She'll be talking to herself in the chats.
You
Um, she
What?
was,
talking about
Wait a minute.
yeah,
And
talking
yeah,
about
it's
yeah,
What?
yeah, she
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she done got caught several times talking
yeah,
to
she do
herself
that.
under other account. She meant to paste something under her fake account or under the AAS account, and she be getting caught talking to herself. Go ahead, Joe. Tell them.
yeah, all the
What?
time.
God
Yeah, with
damn.
screenshots. I got
Yeah,
multiple. I've been
she
tracking
do.
her for years, so
Mhm.
multiple screenshots. Of
Oh
this
my
woman,
God.
gathering, information gathering.
Yeah.
She creates a lot of dummy accounts and puts clips and videos on it, sends it to people, and then when she can tell how many people viewed it, she privates the videos.
Oh my
And it's
God.
always, yeah, she'll provide like these receipts. And then next thing when somebody we know in the space don't are not good at recording and they only have a cell phone, so she's already tried it. She sent emails, or her little Crayon Boy, he's a stalker, will send emails to random people, and then he'll start off with this whole victimization of, they did this to me, and this is what happened to me, and send you all their contact information. And he's lying now because he knows he tried to send KKC's information and Lennon's information to these people, in this
Goodness
other
gracious.
space. And they think, and so it's like right now, she's fighting with people in our space, but she's coming into this one.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, and she has nothing else better to do. This is her life. This is what she do all day. She
It's
doesn't
like she
really
got
have
bored
much
in one
to
sector
do.
and jumped to another one to diversify her toxicity.
Yeah,
Uh,
she was doing this on if you go to X and you find her account and you go to the early years, she was doing it on there too.
Mhm.
You can
Damn.
see remnants of her harassing people, doing it on Facebook. And she's completely hid herself. Now,
mm-hmm.
so she thinks.
We know her name. Like we know her name.
Yeah, but I
Hey,
I
okay, so
know
you
exactly
you gave the
what
name to Remy?
I believe I know what she looked like because I gave a picture
No, no, I
to
don't know who y'all
what
talking
I
about.
thought.
Okay, he don't know. All right,
right.
I'm gonna get with you later, yo.
So
Uh,
the thing about it is that I don't believe in doxing. That's the thing.
Me
I
Right.
don't
neither.
believe in doxing, and I never, I'm so against it. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing that she values the most, and I'm going to say it out loud, is being on the internet. And
Mm.
that's what has to be taken away from her. And
Yeah.
there are laws, and I've been reading up on laws in California of ways to get her off the internet, because there are people who have done exactly what she's done, and judges have made it where they can't be on the internet or they can't be on
Yeah.
YouTube. They have done that.
There's been some people in the
Yeah.
conscious community that have been barred from the internet.
Right.
That's
And
what she needs, man.
she needs to be barred from the internet. She doesn't need monetary there is no monetary
You
damages
got the
you can
best
get
case,
from her.
KKC. To be
Right.
honest, like
Yeah.
you got the best case against her right now.
Yeah, you have
we got a whole
KKC has the
documentary.
strongest
Yeah,
It's
you got
KKC,
the
it's
You got
it's
the
about
strongest
it's
case.
if when I get the opportunity, because you guys got to understand, looking
All right.
into this,
Hey
this
yo,
is taking
I got a brain injury too. I understand.
it's
You
a
ain't
lot.
gotta tell me.
It's a lot. Is resources to
Hmm.
even get something like this started, because this is no small amount that's going to be taken to start this. I've
Hey yo,
already
Hmm.
we
looked
gonna
into it.
we gonna let me talk to you later because I may have some things that I learned in the Hotep community that may be of some assistance to you, my brother.
Well, I tell
And
you that
you know,
Rim can give you my information.
Copy.
and
And
you can
so,
always
I
request
got you.
for waivers if
Yep.
if it
yeah,
comes down to,
you can,
especially if you
Inform a
file a federal
pauperist.
lawsuit.
Yep.
yeah,
Inform a pauperist.
you can wait, you can get court waivers.
Hmm.
Judges will waive fees for you and everything
Right.
else.
Especially in your circumstances with your injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you're good. Matter of fact, you might be able to go. There might be agencies that help you do that. I got to do some more. I got to do some digging. But there may be government agencies that may help you to do things like that because of your injury.
Right.
Right, because I know I'm protected by law since I'm a
Yeah.
person with disabilities, and with her calling me King Kong crackhead, knowing that I have a cracked skull, like, bro,
Yeah.
you are discriminating, you talking to making fun of people with disabilities, and you
Yep.
are a mental health professional. Ah, man, you crazy.
See that, and then you talk about
You know,
people who you
uh,
talk about someone that could lose their job if
oh,
you contact their job and
that's
let
a
them
lot.
know what their internet. Like that's the thing. Like her profession, the things that she does are not congruent with her profession.
Well, the thing about it is she actually doing the profession? She
Right.
Yeah.
may have renewed her license, but there's no guarantee that she's actually doing
So
anything.
so you saying that
I
she
have,
just like Umar?
yeah, I have narrowed her down and track, basically came to the conclusion that she really don't have much to lose, which is why she does the things she does. She's gotten bolder. She before she never hit panels.
Yeah, she's
Um,
on panels now.
Now, yeah, we've
Wow.
iced we
You
we
know
tried
what?
to ice her out. If you guys hear how she sounds on the panel,
No,
you can
exactly.
tell
She
she's
sound.
unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's like
Very
making up
intentional.
stuff. She's she's
What's up, family?
she's talking about
Uh,
yeah, she's talking about the FBI
Umar.
like she's sitting in the room with them having a small conversation with them like she's like they're just feeding her information.
You know
You
Which
what?
know.
would piss off the FBI if they were to learn of that, because
Well,
what they don't
There was a
like is being
teacher that
lied
said
to a lot on.
there's a
Miss
teacher
well,
there's a teacher
B99,
that
thank you for
said
the
that
$5 super chat.
they
No,
say
no,
you
no,
well,
can
no,
help
no.
you hate.
No, hold on, Antonio Barnes. We not doing that.
Yeah, I just thought about Antonio too. What up, Antonio?
You could thank you, but don't put that. Don't put her all of her information in the chat, man. Don't do
Don't
that.
do nothing. Yo,
Don't do that.
somebody
because
yo let
that's what she wants, so she
yeah
can
handle that.
say,
Yeah.
Somebody handle her.
say,
No, I
see,
deleted it out. We're not doing
yeah,
that, Antonio.
she can
I
say,
forgot that a wrench.
see,
That's
see,
exactly.
there, her thing is she starts off saying, people are harassing her, sexually abuse, like she uses keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, and those things are not
Right.
happening. The FBI is not at her beck and call. A lot of times they probably telling her, stop watching this content. Why are you on, what
Mm-hmm.
how where are you seeing this at? What are you over there in this space? Now she's talking about, I don't talk to them subjects. It's like if you hit a panel and she's on there, she drops down immediately because she's thinking that if she stays up there, it can make her look bad, and in any situation. But she'll spend like hours sitting up there talking bad about um people in the space and
Hmm.
making threats to contact people's jobs and to harass, but she's harassing people.
Right. I mean,
If
she's
you look,
doing doxing here. That's illegal.
right, but she thinks it's not. She thinks that it's legal to take some, to go online, pull up people's if it's public, record, and then show it on on YouTube, and that is illegal because different states have different laws. Like, in my state, it's not civil; it's actually criminal in
Yeah,
my
it would
state.
be criminal. It's like cyber harassment, doxing, especially if you're doing it over, an electronic platform. That would be considered interstate. So, I mean, there's
Yeah,
still federal charges that can be pursued because now you're doing this on the internet and it doesn't fall under a specific state jurisdiction unless you decide to pursue something civil and you're pursuing it based on where she resides. But I mean, if KKC wanted to file, or anybody, if anybody has been, victimized and subjected to this cyber harassment, cyber doxing, which is all considered cyber crimes, you can also file a federal lawsuit as well as, alert federal authorities, and they would have jurisdiction to do an investigation. And what it sounds like, based on her pattern, all of this is intentional. So she
Right.
can't
It
go to
sounds
court and
like the
say,
FBI need to
"Oh,
get
this is a
involved with somebody like that.
yeah, this isn't an accident. This is not something she just did because she blacked out." No, she's been doing this for years. If this is a pattern, it's also intentional, and that is something she will not be able to defend. And
and
like I said, y'all have a case.
her whole thing is that she was attacked, and what really happened was this: she was going after Umar, and she couldn't get no headway with Umar, so she started attacking places and businesses that Umar was frequently, going to. And then so she found out he was going to California or something like that, and
Mhm,
she and the Crayon Boy wrote that place of business,
mhm,
and they gave Umar Johnson their names, right? And then
yeah,
Umar Johnson was like, find these people. So they became the ultimate victim. So it was like, find Lennon, find, these people. And so Umar Johnson detract, supporters were calling them and
mhm,
doing all those things. And everybody was like, that's wrong. But for
right,
some reason, that him doxing them turned into them doxing everybody else, because we were like, no, we don't, we're okay with them feeling the way they feel about Umar, but they were trying to shut down businesses. They were harassing this one lady that didn't know nothing. She was like I think she was like a teacher or something, like some type of administrator, and they called, um they tried to get her fired. She's
yeah,
oblivious. She don't know what's going on the internet. They tried to, and then what typically happened was when that Archibald lost. Well, actually, what happened first was Umar Johnson had that hearing,
mhm,
and he admitted that he wasn't a licensed a psychologist or something like that.
mhm,
And so that was a failure to them. And so then it was the Archibald lawsuit, and then we started reviewing it, and it was like it didn't make any sense. It was hilarious. And she was trying to convince us it was real. And when she started doing all the doxing and harassing, and people, and she wasn't going nowhere with it, people
mhm,
started kind of, there was a mass exodus from her. And when she,
Mm.
with the whole Lennon thing, she likes to control people's chats. And what she'll say is like, if you make her a mod, she's like, I'm just trying to stop people from harassing me. Why don't you block them in another chat so that when you're in a chat where you're a mod, you don't see what they're saying? How are they
mhm,
harassing you if you have them blocked?
right,
It doesn't make any sense. So she was blocking in Lennon's chat, she was blocking people that was actually cash apping Lennon. And when Lennon found out she was doing that, he unmodded her. And it's been hell ever since.
mm,
It's been hell with KKC and Lennon because they didn't want to co-sign with going to the FBI, wherever the hell she was trying to do. they just didn't, wherever they chose to do, she had a problem with them not sticking by the Crayon Boy, and Crayon Boy raised money to, because he raised money and ended up using the money to buy him a car.
What?
I think I
Yeah,
remember that too. Yeah,
Man.
stab it.
Oh, yo, this is
out there.
crazy.
So he decided that he was going to take action against the people that was attacking him and his family and doing all of this stuff. So he got people within the sector to donate to him. We donated, and then he goes live inside of a brand new car. And we never see,
Wow.
we never hear about the lawyers, whatever happened with, these people harassing him. To this day, he's still going back and forth with people that he said harassed him all that time ago that he raised money for.
Wow. This
Yeah,
is, oh my
So I tell you,
God.
like they came out here hating Umar. Like those people really hated Umar. And at
right.
the end of the day, they all became Umar.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
woman was a psychologist. Like she was in the mental health field because that was initially what her issue with Umar was, that he was giving out bogus information about mental health. And somehow down the line, her chasing behind Umar, she lost her job, obviously. Because
Clearly, she's not working out.
someone because her activities, it started to escalate, just like KKC was saying. Her activities were starting to escalate, and it happened at a certain point. So I don't know when it happened, but it happened at a certain point when she started going crazy, was probably when she lost her job.
I'm gonna tell
I
you one
think,
of the weirdest things real quick. Shout out to my Chaos Bruise. She said, but he's playing with toys. He was live today on his live stream playing with toys. He got a toy monkey that he considers as me, and he play with it. That
well,
shit is very disturbing, man.
That's like Spaceballs.
he's mad at me because I won't defend why he was following them young people on TikTok. He was following a lot of little young people, and because what he did was he was posting stuff about two or three women in this space, and when I typed their name, it took me to his channel. And when I went over there, I was like, why is I just looked at it, and then I guess he thinks that um I told people that he was following young people, but I have a different take on how he ended up following those younger people. These are young people that shouldn't even have a TikTok account. And it was like random. And my take is that these people pay for subs and subscribers, and so he must have bought them, and these are like, that's what that was. But it's hilarious because it looks crazy because all these people are young people. Now, I kept that to myself because I knew that he was also following family members. So I didn't come out and do any of those things, but somebody else did. And so he accused me of doing that. And I've never doxed anybody really in this space. I know stuff, of course, but I've never just came out and just started, going down the line and showing, screenshots and stuff like that. And what I tried to explain to him is that it's uncomfortable to be following young people. And he tried to justify it at first. He was like, I can't control who follows me. And I said, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. So they started, of course, the sector ran with it and blew, whatever. But this dude follows, like, he was following before that. He was following Sesame Street characters on X. So he
You
started,
can't wait a minute.
Man, yo,
Wait, huh?
I kind of remember him
She
like,
not lying.
Oh no.
didn't the good guys make some
I zoned
allegations
out
about
for a
that?
second, but then
Like
zoned
because
out for a second, then
that
I
name
heard.
came from allegations, right?
no, right. But he
That
was
name came
following.
from some allegations that he had. Like there was something about him in a school or something because he was a teacher at some point. If he's
No, what happened was he was at a school and he had some clippers, or I think it was some clippers, and he was acting like he had a vibrator, and it was vibrating, and
What the
and he was
hell is
at a
Huh?
going
school
on?
at the time. He was trying to simulate basically a sex act
In a
while
school?
he was
Oh
at a
God.
school trying to be funny.
What?
And
Hey
like
Jada, check your messenger.
he
That's
just
not funny at
does
all. I'm glad
he
he ain't been
just
in no school.
does things that are like socially awkward, and then he tries to justify it, and then he's a victim. For a minute there, he was accusing me of being another person in the space. He used ChatGPT to try to figure out if me and this person was the same person. Then he said that she had a fake voice, and at this, and then he was like, she had said something on her channel, I said something, and then he was trying to piece it together.
Yeah.
So
This is
can I
nuts.
just make this announcement? As someone who worked as an AI trainer, you can't use the AI to do things like that. That's not what the AI can't
Right.
figure things out for you. And if you use the AI to figure things out and think you're an expert because the AI told you, you're likely gonna sound like an idiot more times than not. I promise you that. The AI just is not
Well,
capable of doing that.
of course, he always sounds like an idiot when he uses it. That's what makes it hilarious. And the other thing is that AI has cognitive biases. So if you use
Exactly.
AI in a certain way, and you have AI cater to what you're saying, it's going to make you, and a person that has the level of mental illness that he has should not be using chat GBT or any AI to kind of uh, communicate what he needs to say, or what he wants to say, or what he
Yeah,
wants
because
other
you're not
people
even
to
gonna be able
believe.
to use it for regular things because you're so crazy. Because because she's right, the chat will mold to your personality. So if you use it, it's going to speak to
Right.
you the way that you speak to it. It's going to
Right.
deal. It's going to perform the way it's going to perform to the mental capacity that you exhibit to it. You have.
Exactly. And especially if you're dealing with people that have low emotional intelligence, and and they're using AI. But I did a demonstration on this channel that I co-host on Fridays, where we were imitating Manny, and we had pulled up
Don't say his name.
ChatGPT. We
He's
had
the
pulled up
movie man.
Oh wow.
ChatGPT, and we had it like on the screen, and we were reading it as if we were having a conversation, because that's what Manny does. He'll
Mm-hmm.
sit there and
Right.
be reading ChatGPT like he's knowledgeable. So we said we're gonna do that too, but we're gonna give a live demonstration of how it works. Right. And because we have fun where on my channel, like, or well, I'm a co-host on the podcast, but I'm a co-host over there. And so we've been talking about the Marianne Laurent stuff, the Lene. We lightly talk about that, and then we have other things that we talk about, other topics, stuff that's going on in the world, stuff like that. But we were the first. Actually, honestly, we were the first people. Well, he got me to watch the movie, because I was like, I ain't watching this. This is trash. And then I
Yeah,
watched
that
the
movie was
Marianne. I
garbage gold.
watched the movie, and I was like, I saw a woman with dirty feet.
No,
I
Lord.
said
Ugh.
the movie was filmed with like two iPhone 13s. It was
That
insane.
movie is garbage gold. I'm
But
telling you,
what
like
a lot of people
found
don't
Rolex in the
understand
crack.
is, and this is, I'm not a fan of Umar, but I can tell you what ended up happening, because I remember Umar saying he was going there to speak. And I think she volunteered and made it seem like she could record this movie for him, and put him. And he got out there and he told her, I'm only going to be here for 3 days. We're going to have to do this in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And she was really proud of that movie. And he didn't want that movie to be
He was
leaked.
like, I'm not putting this garbage out.
Child.
Right. But what I will tell you is this, and a lot of people notice this. And if you didn't peep it, when she got on Lennon's channel and she told him to call, she's like, call the bitch. Call the bitch. Do you know why
Yeah, I
she
remember
do
that.
you know why she told him that? Is because Umar probably got her blocked on everything.
Probably do.
Oh yeah.
You
She
probably
probably been
do.
trying to contact him for the longest.
He
And
probably got
He
Open and
just
block.
can't convince somebody to contact him on her behalf. And when she did that, I knew right then and there. I said, Umar ghost her. That's
Yeah.
what
But they
happened.
said she tried to call him. She tried to call him, and that's when Lennon had to take her off the panel
That
because
was all.
she
That
told the
was
truth.
act. That was
That was
act.
all performance.
Yeah,
A
she.
performance.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
wasn't talking
I
to
think you're right
him.
about that. Like Umar probably saw that movie and he didn't see what I saw in it, but I wasn't
That movie
starring it.
made him look crazy.
Yeah, I
Right,
know.
but
I
you
was.
gotta also understand. She says he won't say her name, but you got also gotta understand she's a stalker.
Yeah, why would you say
Because
stalker?
Right.
if you look
'Cause
at
why
her
would you?
history, when she was harassing that congresswoman, so
Right.
she's excessive. She probably was blowing Umar's phone up. Like, how come we don't see no receipts of her talking to Umar over the phone or any email receipts or anything
The
like that?
only the only thing we got was the voicemail that he sent her, and it was a short voicemail, and she was just like, "Are you serious, woman?" and hung up.
But
Something like that. It was like 2 or 3 words.
the other thing you guys not noticing about her is ever since Checkgate happened, she hasn't brought up the feds, no lawsuit, nothing. All of that went out the window.
Yeah.
Because it
It's a
was whatever
pivot.
was convenient. She just
That's
wants to
Yeah.
because
punch people.
It
Patrick
was just a
Bishop
pivot away
left
from
I
that.
definitely didn't
The,
notice that.
Patrick Bishop left that voicemail to let her know that this is civil. It's not criminal. That's why it all went out the window.
I mean, I
child.
When
have
she
experience with crazy women, and like Umar, my birthday is the day before Umar, so I can understand crazy women, and I ghost crazy women all the time. I think that Umar probably goes.
Listen at you. You said you ghost crazy women all the time.
Man,
But
listen,
Umar
Y'all
is
shout
like
out to the Shango Stick Africans out there.
Umar is socially awkward. And ain't no, if these women, first of all, and like I said this on another channel, and I'm talking about
Mhm.
Lene, right? I said this on another channel. This woman left her comfortable house supposedly to go stay somewhere. Women don't do that. That's not normal behavior.
yeah,
Women don't
not
leave
older
their
women.
comfortable home to go
Mhm.
sleep in filth. There's got to be something wrong with you. And then if you pay close attention to her, she was probably, in some of the messages, she liked him a lot too. You telling me that she didn't hear him telling people they're going to the block party? She didn't hear him, finagling and
Mhm.
talking talking about his kids and all that. She didn't know all those things. She oblivious.
Well, I
In
got a
order,
theory.
Mhm.
I got a theory. That she has been watching Umar for several years. She's been in the clouds looking at different people's channels. She's known about Umar, but the only thing that's true about her story is the things that Umar has also corroborated. If Umar did not corroborate it, then it didn't happen. And Umar said there was 2 or 3 throat goat sessions, and that was the end of the relationship. I ain't hear Umar say anything about this woman watching his mother. None of that stuff. I've heard none of that. So I don't believe anything that Lene has to say, but I really don't believe anything Umar has to say. But together, we have 2 to 3 throat goat sessions. That's all we got.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Umar hit
Mhm.
it
Bro.
because
In a slick booth.
Umar hit it. Umar hit it because first of all, why are you online talking about how a woman's coochie smell?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
you got close to it. You hit it. You know what I'm saying? You like the women with the berries and long armpit hairs and don't bathe. So that's
what?
just
I don't even care. You know
He
he don't
he said
care.
her
He
drawers
just
look
wants
like
somebody to
white
take
beer,
care of
bro.
him.
He said
Daniel,
he
thanks
he
for
said
the
that
super
her
chat.
drawers
It says
look like a stink white
Lene
beer.
left the aquarium. Thank you for
yeah,
the
but
$5 super
you're
chat.
not holding these women accountable because as a woman, I'm holding her accountable for her choice You can't go, say he's a scammer. You can't go hard on Umar when you was over there licking his balls. Like, there's no way. Like,
Difficult,
how
very
you going
difficult.
hard? Like, I'll be like, you know what, family? you know, I seen the arrows on my way, and I don't know why I gave him some of this. You know what I'm saying?
And
I
left it at
don't know.
that.
I was hypnotized.
And
I
left it
like,
right
you
there.
hear
Right.
that?
Like, the thing, that's all we needed to hear was like, yo, I apologize for giving this nigga comfort.
And Marianne ain't working with a full deck because she made a scene in that movie where she had two scenes in that movie where the girl's so-called mama was like, he got other women. Don't you worry about that. You the queen of his heart. You like, so she condoned
Oh
cheating.
yeah, I remember that.
And then there was a scene where the mother was like, no, you're never going to see your daddy. You're not going to talk to him until when a woman depict other women in a negative light, that tells you something. Like, she depict all these women scenarios of that Umar's in a
Like
negative
Tokyo.
light.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she got a movie with Brother Polite that she's proud of. So that tells you right there that she has a twisted way of seeing things. So I knew that. I told you, the movie said everything to me. It was like, this woman, I think Umar didn't want her to release that movie because he knew it was trash.
Well, let me add this, right? That movie that she did with Polite came out around the same time that Polite was talking about writing scripts. So it's
Yeah.
quite possible that Polite wrote that movie too.
But that movie was filmed better than the movie with Umar. And then some of the things with Umar, it was like clips. So like, it was all clipped together. It was like he did a scene. Okay, we're gonna do this scene, we're gonna do that scene. But then that first part of the movie where it was them long drum, that ridiculousness.
That was her going to somebody's church or somebody's ceremony and recording it.
And yeah,
Because
that's what it was.
she does that. She like goes to people's church and then she records the whole sermon and then she'll just put it in a movie. Yeah,
Or like when she conned those people in the courthouse to go along with the movie, because that's what she does. She's a con artist.
yeah.
So she's conning. You see how she has that Hispanic lady thinking that she's really being interviewed about something. That's her mental illness. That's what she does. She goes around and, it wouldn't surprise me if Marianne wasn't one of those people that will like get up and make an excuse not to pay for a meal. And she's always outside when she does a recording. She's always outside, or she's in some type of public space, which lets me know that something ain't right with her. Like, she ain't where she needs to be, or she's somewhere, she's very manipulative where she's at. She can convince people, to let her borrow, can I borrow your car? I'm just gonna go down the street. She's very convincing, and that's what made people in this space believe her, because she does this in real life. And I know somebody that does these things very convincing. Make them believe that she's my dad was, this Haitian guy. You know what I mean? Like, she's building off of something. And so people are giving her things without actually um going, without actually doing research.
Yeah, like she's anything she watches, any content creator, she's gonna add that to the story. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah, you're right. Like she that's exactly what she's doing. But there's also this element that people that have those kind
Uh,
of injuries. Like if she would have
I
had
think this was L'Oreal. Thank you for the cash app. I think this is L'Oreal. I don't want to say your real name, but I think it was L'Oreal
hey
that
yo,
just sent the
is that it
$25
or
cash
not?
app.
Is
Yeah,
it
the picture that I showed you.
so it's not
I've
the
been
one
told you
it's
I had
not
to
the
use
one I
my
showed you?
brother's kit. No,
So
it's
it's
not the
not
one that you showed me. The one I showed you
all right, bet.
is the one I showed you. I told you I had to use my brother cash app because something happened with mine. I'm trying to sort it out.
All right, no worry.
I
Ain't no
think I
worry.
was just getting to me and doing. Somebody might have reported my cash app or something like that.
I'm just sending you
For the sake,
$5.
I
I
can.
got you.
But I on my channel I did a funny review about the movie. I clipped it up and I did a funny review on my channel. There's a live stream on there about it. Uh, but yeah, but you know, I can see how Lennon believed her, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, when she showed that when she showed that you know, it's because she did the movie, she got close to him, and I
Mhm.
could see, you know, she's very, very passionate of what
She thought
you know,
things would go her way.
right,
She
and
thought that Umar was gonna be
people
her friend.
wanted her to win. They felt like even though the movie was trash, he still should have paid you, or they felt like he took advantage of her. I
Yeah, but
saw
there was no
something
take.
else.
There was no advantage. Like she did the movie. Umar at the end of the day, when Umar saw it, he probably didn't respond back because it was like in his mind, he was like, "That's not what he had envisioned." You know what I mean? He probably thought it was garbage. You know, and he didn't respond to it. He ain't show. He ain't had nothing to do with it. The movie ain't go nowhere.
And he never
Hold on,
been back.
my daughter want to sing something for y'all real quick. Dig it. Picture, mama, 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 mama. Dig it. Paycheck, mama, 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 mama.
Oh man, and you know, I feel sorry for Mary. I kind of felt sorry for her because she did this in the world of AI now. Like you can't you got to be
I'm
careful
be
now.
honest, I don't feel sorry for her at all, especially if she's gonna sit here and allow herself to be this easily manipulated to, try to hit people with copyright strikes and consistently lied back to back to back to back about something that no one told her to do. No one told her to make up this story about a damn
Well,
lawsuit, class action, or a check. No one
right.
told her to do that. She did that all on her own, just like she chooses to listen to someone that has her putting her channel at risk because she's filing false copyright strikes. It's an abuse of federal law.
She would
And
have been
she
better
could care
off.
less. So she better not say anything when people start really, when we start clapping back. Just take it like a champion, Marianne, because this is what you signed up for. You wanted this. You could have easily said, you know what? People have the right to their opinion and their criticism and da 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 da, and that's it. And I'm gonna keep living and just not watch their videos. But
Man,
yet, you want to hear, and this is your retaliation. And it's like you know that the law is not on your side, and you're dealing with somebody that is. It sounds like she's a very dangerous and unfit, mentally unfit individual, and that's exactly how a judge and jury, will come to understand these two because it's absolutely ridiculous. That she knows exactly what she's doing, and she can at any time just tell that person, "Listen, don't pull me into your vindication. I'm not here for that," and just leave the lady alone.
Marianne,
But
um,
I want you to reach out to Red Pill and Blue Pill and do a movie about them too. I don't agree with them. I think you should stalk the rest of these weirdos. I think that you should stalk the rest of the conscious community. I think you should make movies about all them and give them as much worry as you give us and Umar.
but you know,
Go
when
for
she
the gold.
came out with that fake check,
That might
that
get you
was
back in his
hilarious.
good graces. Matter of fact, that'll give us something good to report about you for the time
When she
being
came out
until you do some other
when she
great shit.
came out with that fake check, right? And she it was in that girl hand in a girly handwriting, and she blocked out
Right.
most of the check, and then it was like a printed copy. Like it's like she took a copy of one of her old checks, whited it out, printed it, wrote on it, and reprinted it again, and then that's what she showed. And she showed it real fast. She, because in her mind, she doesn't understand screenshots. You know, like
yeah,
she just
she
Right.
talking about she not tech savvy, but she can send out strikes. That it's the irony and the hypocrisy.
Yeah. That's what went over my head earlier. I was like, I could have sworn the other day she said she wasn't tech savvy. She didn't even like editing, but
She
she
don't
knew how
got
to
time
send
for
out a
them reading
copyright
PDF.
strike.
Right.
She don't got no time for no Rudy Pooty editing.
Exactly.
Right.
Y'all, it's 9 o'clock. I have to go live on my channel, but I appreciate you all letting me come up. Thank you so much,
No
Rim.
problem.
Because
Happy
I wanted to
birthday.
thank
Happy
you. And I
birthday.
want to
Yeah, happy
thank you
birthday. Hope you
so
enjoy
much.
it.
I
Happy
hope you guys,
birthday.
be encouraged, KKC. We got your backs. You
Thank you.
have now
I
people
know. We definitely
who
standing
have
tall with you.
we exactly, and we're all going through this. It's just unfortunate you've been through this to that extent, but if you need statements, if you need witnesses, if you whatever you need, just let us know, and just make sure they're reminded they have no power on your platform. So if they gotta lie to sit here and make you look like, or any of us make us look like the worst of the worst through lies, remember how that's gonna sound when they stand before a judge and jury. And no one needs to
Absolutely.
threaten them with that. It's just time for that to happen. It's time for that to happen. All right.
And remember, you're not
Mhm.
going after just monetary.
Right.
We going after this. We want her off the internet. She just
Absolutely.
needs to be off the internet. Like, take stripping her of that power, the ability to, not go, not to be in these spaces. That would harm her in the worst way. She don't care about money. She don't care. She don't have nothing else to lose. But
Mhm.
her internet provider, she needs to read deeply into her internet's providers um rules and regulations and all those things, because they work with law enforcement and they tell you they do. Your phone carrier works with law enforcement. People have iPhones, they have iCloud, but no, the carrier will provide them your record and they don't need a warrant.
Nope.
And because you signed that away when you signed that contract, when you got your internet and when you got so you can't use your internet for nefarious things.
Right.
And that's what she's doing. She's using her internet to stalk, harass people, and people need to start saying that. That's what she's doing. She's using her provider and what they provide to her to look up people's information, to reach out to people, to send emails.
Yep. With the intent to commit cyber crimes.
And you
Many
know
of
the
them.
magical thing? If she's been
Right.
calling the feds as much as she says she's been calling the feds, then they know who she is, right? When you contact them,
They
they
have a
know
record of
what
her.
you talk about. They got a whole record, like, oh, that's what she's been doing.
Right, but she tries to force other people to do those things. I don't think that she got them on speed dial. I think that they've already told her that, don't watch. If
Right.
you're how are you being harassed on the internet? What are they doing to you? Are they
Right.
coming, and I remember one time somebody has sent her a notice to her door because she decided that she wanted to contact this man's wife, and the wife wasn't playing, and she tried to call the police on him, but they told her, and she said it on the panel. She said they told her to leave him alone, and he to leave her alone, right?
Yeah.
And that was the only person that she don't mess with, really. But she knows who to bother, and she targets people that have either some type of mental illness. I think that she target KKC because KKC was going through something and was trying to, there was a guy who did something to him, and she used that to get close to him. And that's what she does, and played those psychological games like she can help him with his situation. That's the game that she plays.
Hey, you guys, I gotta wrap it up because I gotta go. But I thank you for Rim. Thank you for letting me up. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Lady Love, for your advice. Same to you, Judge and Jaded. I'll catch y'all on the next one. All right.
All right.
No problem. I'm ready to shut this down anyway.
All right.
We've
Peace.
been we've been
Yeah,
going 3 hours.
I'm about to drop off too, but thank you for having me up, sir. I'm a new subscriber to your channel. I find your content
Appreciate it.
interesting, so I'll keep watching.
Thank
You'll
you.
see me in the chat, sir. All right,
All
and I
right,
met
thank
this
you.
other guy, Jay. That's all I can see.
Jaded.
Nice meeting
His
you.
name Jaded.
Okay, all right, Jay. Nice meeting you.
For
Thanks for
everybody out there who keeps on saying my name is Jade and thinking I'm a lady, I'm jaded.
okay,
Like
Jay did.
I don't believe in anything.
Well, I'm Joe. So, all
Good
right,
to see you, Joe.
all right. Thanks for having me up. Bye.
All right, thank you. All right,
All right,
Jaded, let's
well,
shut this down.
all right, well, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is my time. You know what I mean? When I come visit the channel once a year, maybe I'll come back a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But it
All
was one.
right, all right. Well,
I
I
just want
talk to
to
you
say
every
this.
damn every day.
Yeah, I know. I just want to say this. You're doing an excellent job, my brother. I'm very proud of you. We've been here since the beginning,
Thanks, man.
and I love it. I love to
Thanks,
see
man.
it. Now that I have you here, right? What's up
Uh
with
huh.
the what's up with the intro? You don't like it? You don't like the intro I made for you, son?
What intro? What you talking about?
I
You
made an
sent me an
intro for
intro?
the. I sent you an intro for the channel like 3 weeks ago. Oh, family, the intro is fire, and I've just been like, yo, I'm waiting
I
for the
didn't see it.
intro.
I must not have seen it. But
Oh
resend
Lord.
that. I didn't know.
All right.
Last thing I
Well,
remember, you said you was supposed to remake the logo, and then
well, I sent you an intro that same day. I sent you. All right, anyway,
I didn't see
family
it.
got a whole intro
Definitely
with
didn't see it.
the channel about to get
I didn't
even
see it.
better.
You got to resend it. Oh,
The
you got to
channel about to
resend
get
that because
even better.
I definitely didn't see it. Yeah,
All right,
I
no
didn't
doubt.
see that.
Peace, peace.
All right, everybody, shutting it down. Thank y'all for showing up. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that stopped by. Like I said, we live streamers, y'all who make these lives lit. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure it's on all so you can be alerted and notified whenever I'm dropping this heat. It's your boy, the one and only Remy L. Ma'at. You was just tuned in to Rim Rum TV. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Until then, peace.